Welcome to Off the Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage. You want to start just like that? Okay.
Now it's silent.
All right. We'll take it from the top.
It is. Oh my god.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one and only Off the Binge podcast. I'm your host, Crash, aka the Hispanic Assassin.
Why you started early? We started early. You have 10 seconds.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one and only Off the Binge podcast. I'm your host, Crash, aka the Hispanic Assassin, and ooh, boy, do we have one hell of an episode for you guys this week. We have returning co-hosts, we have potential etchiness, but more anime binges and super hot fire takes, and we can't wait to tell you guys all about the anime we've been seeing this week. And let me start you guys off by introducing one of my first co-hosts, the man, the champ, the man who promised chat he would catch up on all the animes this season, Legend D Vash!
Hell yeah, it's your boy, the legendary human typhoon that always be lying but never tells the truth. Which one is it? Pick two truths, one lie. You gotta choose which one it is, and guess what?
Sir, you said that you never tell the truth, but you always be lying. That's the same thing.
I appreciate that, chat. So listening and everything for every single detail of what I'm saying. Thank you for pointing out the information, and as well, welcome to Manga Grem to point out the one-liners. I appreciate it, man. God, thank you for being here as well as always.
Grab?
Well, anyway, we also got our other co-host, MemoryNK. It's great to have you here.
Wait, I'm sorry. You didn't introduce me right. Could you try that again?
Nah, we already transitioned to our next co-host.
No. You gotta try that again.
Nah,
Oh my God.
you know, there's a rewind. There's a rewind here. I didn't know we were doing YouTube rewind. Man, oh my God.
Who's now apparently a deer today?
Deer. Shoot the deer.
Thank you. Yeah, shoot the deer. Just shoot it, guys. You
Give that
cannot
deer
miss.
Hapna.
You cannot miss the deer.
Give me Hebna? What? Oh no.
Oh my
God.
Oh,
That deer will die in 29 days.
You died in 6 days, buddy.
I'm dying in 6 days.
But hi to our other co-host here, MemoryNK. Nice to have you here.
I'm back
Oh.
from dying too.
Who played Monster Reborn?
We forgot about her. Oh, that's why, because she's
guys.
so small, forgettable, because she died by Chokun.
Remember, guys, I died by Truck-kun, guys. How dare you? Look, I'm back. I'm back from the dead. You know, we skipped Nate again. I'm bringing it back. Y'all think we ain't bringing that back? Yeah, anyways, guys, hello. I'm Neko. I'm back from the dead. You know, I'm just chilling here now. I'm glad my co-hosts were so happy that I or at least kind of showed that I was kind of, or they were sad that I was dead, but that didn't seem like it was. So fuck them all. All right, what's up, Nate?
That's crazy. Yo, I'm finally caught up on all my anime, so it feels good, you know.
Yes, sir.
Not all of them, you lied.
Well, not all of them, but the ones that matter. Right? The ones that matter.
Whoa!
Wait.
Okay.
Which ones were like the ones that matter? I can't like.
I mean,
is there?
the Gunner ones, you know, food for the soul.
Hold on.
Right?
Now,
Food for the soul, on God.
Yeah, of course.
Hold on.
Those
Fuck
are
outta here,
forgettable.
Yeah, and that Paul
crazy.
Tensei, the rip-off shit. I mean, that don't really matter, right?
Yeah. Understandable.
No, I was on point. I was on point this week.
That's good. That's good. You're better than me. You're better than me. You kept your promise. You was up to date. I'm proud of you.
And it was stressful as hell looking at my files and seeing I have like 60 episodes to watch. So to be able to look at my shit now and there's like 2 things or a couple
and how's the
things,
reactions?
it's really nice. Uma Musume, it's going good. You know, I did catch up to that. I caught up to that the last 2 episodes.
And you're immediately behind again.
Okay, well, that just came out today.
But we just say chat.
You didn't record.
Chat. Just to be aware, a little, behind the scenes. We release the episode Monday at 10 a.m. We record the episode off the binge at 10 p.m. Sunday. So he has like an extra 12 hours, 24 hours to record Musume. Just saying. Chat. I'm going to give you a good behind the scenes.
That is fair. But also, if I did make a video for Uma Musume, other shit would be delayed. That's all I'm going to say. I would not be able to watch some other shit because all the Saturday shit I usually watch on Sunday, or a lot of it. So.
Damn, maybe Saturday's got to be watching
anymore to y'all.
I don't know.
Maybe instead of playing Fortnite all day yesterday, we could have watched some anime, huh?
Damn.
Look.
Anyways, this is your go-to anime season.
I'm about to say.
Animal
when
season.
we-
I love when Neko trying to
Animal
bring the
season,
shifting and shit. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
Before we throw
gotta
shots
go.
fired.
We gotta go. This is your go-to anime podcast where we dive into the best, the worst, and the hidden gems of each anime season. Now we're gonna segue into the binge chilling. Oh my god. Well, look, since I wasn't here, I'm gonna talk first. You know, all right. I've been binging. Well, me and my friend were trading animes to binge, so he gave me Akaneko Ramen, which I've talked about before. And yeah, I finally finished that. That was a really fun time. I think either when I was watching it, season 2 was announced, or even before then, I'm guessing. So I'm excited for season 2 because it's really so much fun. Of course, like I've talked about before, the cats just making ramen in the shop with this girl. It's just really fun. And of course, just the really goated voice actors were incredible. And I'm really excited for season 2. I really am. I think when I was looking, like researching, I think maybe it'll come out next year. I don't know. So yeah, that was really good. And then while I was binging that, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. And I binged what I recommended him, which was Chio School Road, which was so fun to revisit. It's very chaotic with our girl Chio just trying to get to school with all these like shenanigans going on. And it does get etchy at the end. My friend was like, oh, it got a little horny at the end. What the fuck?
Crashes his eyes, just
and which is like, of course, because the author is a really well, I don't know, either a doujin artist or a hentai artist. So you know, his true colors came out at the end of the series. But yeah. Sadly, this isn't getting a season 2 because it tried to tease that at the end of the season, and I was like, man, I kind of thought this when it ended, when it was like live, that we ain't getting it. So I started reading it when it ended, and I remember having a good time. So maybe I'm gonna reread too when this week or so. But yeah, it's a good time if you just want a good comedy with a little bit of spiciness. It's great, and a little bit of romance with some a little bit, you know. But yeah, it's a good time. Definitely recommend both those series. Akaneko Ramen, just for a good wholesome time with cats and ramen. And yeah, all right. I'm gonna give it to Crash because he has a lot of things to say.
Yeah, I have a good page worth of notes. I've done.
Yeah, Chad. I just love how he has 4 bullet points, and then at the end it says, "That's it for me." I'm like, you sure? You sure? Because you have 4 bullet points, and it's like the rest of it got nothing.
To be honest, it's a whole page length, single spaced.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he wrote an essay here.
Yeah,
right?
he wrote it. Like at times, I feel like we should all go first, and then Crash should just go last, where he just go like just rapid fire, just rampant that.
No,
I can go real quick because the only thing
let's do that.
let's do that.
Yours, my boy.
The only thing that I'm gonna kind of cheat, and I mentioned Uma Musume earlier. I did watch 2 episodes of that.
What?
Because
that's crazy. That's binging off the season.
It's a
talk about
a little excuse to talk about Uma Musume, you know. But they baited us hard with what was it, episode 8, 9? I don't even know.
Yeah, they baited us hard.
Yeah, it was really cool how they did it, but the whole episode just felt really odd with like the race and all that. Just the way that they didn't focus on Cap really at all, or like we weren't checking in with her. And then the Emperor, she kind of had snapped out of it, and then Maruzensky was saying like, oh, like you're sitting here reminiscing or whatever while this race is going on and blah blah blah. I'm like, wait, is she just imagining all this? So there were some little indicators like sprinkled in it that it wasn't actually Cap racing, although it was still really cool how they did it. So Uma Musume continues to just be absolutely fantastic. It was a little mini arc we had, like the introduction to nationals, but now it feels like we're getting into like the real meat, I guess you would say, of the series. I would assume, like with the nationals and all that, which we've already had like some races, but we're getting into like the bigger ones, I feel like, here soon at the end of this core, and then getting into the next core, obviously, which I cannot wait for Tamamo Cross, for her to have the spotlight, because that's what they're kind of teasing. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But Uma Musume, good as always. Like I said, I just wanted an excuse to talk about it. So Whoever wants to go next before
I'll
we
jump
hand it over
in.
to Crash.
I've been.
You'll jump in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'll jump in and transition for us. You know, I have a few animes that I started, a few that I'm finishing up, and a few that I completed. So I was very proud of that myself. One of them that I finally finished and got around to it is my Happy Marriage Season 2, Episode 12 and 13. I finally watched Wifey. We finally got around to it. I have to give Season 2 overall an 8.5. I had to give Episode 12 and 13 a solid like 7.58. It was not say predictable ending with Arata and him still living, but she changed the future but not having exactly how she wanted. And with the supernatural aspect of her almost becoming like a goddess is what I saw or felt like of how overpowered she came. I'm curious to see what the type of spin-off will be, because I think it's a spin-off or third season that got announced. I'm still trying to remember.
I don't even know if we got the format of it yet. It could be a movie, it could be a series.
Yeah, we haven't.
We don't really know specifically. We just know it's a new project.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, my Happy Marriage, I finally did finish that with Wifey, so I'm very excited about that. I am sad that I'm still in the same episode 2 of season 2 of The Daylight of the Morning King. I'm just waiting for a cat to be ready once we for us to continue, but it's what it is. My Dress Up Darling, we went from episode 5 to 7 with Wifey. We're almost there. 5 episodes left for season 1, so I could be ready for season 2.
Wait, did you see the hotel episode yet?
It's not even there yet, bro. That's episode 10 or episode 11.
Okay.
He's nowhere near there. He's probably about to spray tan, or when she goes get tan and everything.
No, that's probably episode 8. I'm on episode 7 where she met her friend or her idol, where her idol came to kind of have a convention. No, we just finished the convention arc, so we just finished the convention. Yeah.
Okay, I know where you are.
So we're right there. I'm enjoying the show. The other show that I mentioned last week, because I should be done with my Just Up Darling and Wifey since we only have 5 episodes left. And the other show, I started it, but I barely started it, so I'm not going to count it. But by next week, chat, I should be done with it since there's only 12 episodes, and I technically did read the manga, so I know it is done. But in case you guys didn't know, Kaiju number 8 is going to be done with 2 chapters. So this is the anime I'm watching, Kaiju number 8, season 1. I know some guy named MemoryNK did like a TikTok trailer reaction, has like a good 60K views on TikTok and everything.
For the OP.
Yeah, for the OP. For the opening.
I still get notifications like people commenting on that video.
Oh, really?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's fire. But yeah, so those were the shows I watched. I watched Kaiju number 8 like the first 10-15 minutes of the first episode, but then life happened. A beautiful person just interrupted me for no apparent reason, so I gotta put priorities in that aspect. But other than that, those were my 2 catch-ups. By next week episode, I should be done with my Just Up Darling and Wifey. We only have 5 episodes left, and then I should be wrapping up with Kaiju number 8 with 12 episodes and wrap them up easy. I'm really curious to see how they adapt to that. Anybody have any quick thoughts on Kaiju number 8 before I jump in within the 12 episode binge this week?
I think the biggest thing with Kaiju number 8 is because the adaptation in terms of them tackling the material is good. Yeah. But the character designs.
Yeah.
I hate it, bro.
There's one thing I heard from most people that it was like bland or something.
Like the monster designs are freaking awesome. Like that content, like the kaiju designs and all, love that. But the actual characters themselves, still cannot get used to those at all. And I know it's from the Naruto character designer and all that. He's a legend. Yeah, he's a legend and all that, but dude was not cooking. He was not cooking. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he wasn't. I'm sorry. That shit was
not translate well.
That shit was bad.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to say something.
I feel like the thing that I gotta bring up the most, talking about the kaiju adaptation, is the Youngblood song and the fucking One Republic song.
Yeah.
What is this, bro? It's so good.
Unexpected, but panned out well.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in middle school when I hear that One Republic song. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
They both bring nostalgia for sure.
It's so nostalgic. It's so good.
But Mega Grem, what have you been binging? Cause that's all I got on my end.
Oh, dude, I'm binging this really good anime. See, y'all. See, the thing is, I am the man god. So I can actually binge things that haven't come out yet.
This guy.
And I'm binging this really good anime. It's gonna come out next season, by the way.
This guy.
I'm binging The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. It's really good.
You mean you're
So
reading
it's
the
a
manga?
really no. No, I'm the man god.
He's watching
He-
because he can go back. Go forward in time. It's
I can go forward in time. I'm watching the anime. It's really good.
What can you tell us so far? Are we looking forward to some heat, or is this just another mid anime to skip?
Oh no, it's heat. It's heat. It's gonna be really good. The character designs are really good. The animation is kind of fire.
This guy.
I will say I'm a little bit iffy on the soundtrack, but you know it's not bad. It's there, you know.
Is it too
It's
quiet?
not Sawano, but it's there.
Yeah, I heard Hiroyuki Sawano's on there. Yeah.
Oh, is it Sawano?
Shit.
No, it's not Sawano. I'm telling you, it's not Sawano.
No.
I don't know. You know, not me. I mean,
That's crazy.
It's not Sawano. I think it's Kevin Penkin, actually.
You know what? I heard it was creepy nuts.
Oh my god!
No. The soundtrack. There's no way Creepy Nuts would do the whole soundtrack.
Yeah, they would. You don't understand.
they would,
Crash.
they would.
Go ahead, Crash.
They do the OP or ED. They wouldn't do the whole soundtrack.
No, they
I'm
don't.
telling you,
never know.
it's Kevin Penkin. Okay.
Look.
You heard it
Crash.
here first, guys. You heard it here.
Pretty good.
But talk to us. Explain your life story within the past week.
I'm gonna try and make this short in 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. So, I'm gonna start first, and I usually never do this. I'm gonna start with some manga that I've been reading up, and I'm gonna talk about two real quick. And I don't give a fuck what you guys say. I'm gonna bring it up anyways. Fucking Rent's a girlfriend, bro. We fucking cooking up a goddamn story in this motherfucker, bro. She fucking confessed. I don't care what you guys fucking say. It fucking got it. You guys keep fucking bitching about, fucking, it's 400 chapters. Shit. I do not give a fuck, bro. Fucking Reiji Miyami is cooking up a goddamn woman, bro.
You know what?
I'm
You
so
say that.
happy.
You say that, but we got a confession in the first season of this show. So I don't know, man.
That is true.
That's true. We're gonna get a.
You know,
He didn't cook.
He didn't cook,
he
bro.
had to learn from his mistakes. He had to, he had to start from the beginning to work himself up to great things. So you know what? You gotta give my boy props. He had to go start somewhere. Not all great things, all small things have great beginnings, or the way around. All great things have small beginnings, whatever. But I'm just so happy. I'm behind some chapters, but I seen the clip and I had to reread everything immediately. I had to catch up on that. So Rent the Girlfriend manga, fucking loving it. If you guys aren't reading it, what are you guys doing? Definitely recommend that.
What are you doing? Read the Bible called One Piece instead of Rent a Girlfriend. I'm just saying. Or if you want to read. Or if you want to read better series that's Never to Girlfriend, maybe read Snafu, or maybe other series that's Never to Girlfriend. Just saying, Chad. You don't gotta wait 400 chapters.
You know what?
Facts. Yo, what did you think about her saying though? She
think.
said, "I think."
I think.
Yeah, bro,
I love you.
literally.
Like, how do you feel?
400
Crash.
chapters,
Tell
and
us.
you think?
Literally.
I think
Yeah,
I love you.
100%.
Imagine.
I like you.
We're gonna do this in 10 minutes.
Imagine
I'm
it.
happy she said something.
Imagine if your
She
wife
did-
T, your girl T, told you, yo, the first time she said I love you, instead of saying I love you, she said, yo, I think I love you. How would you feel, Crash? How would you feel if your partner T said that to you right there? You'll be like
400 chapters, which equates to 7 years in real.
Which is
I don't know.
7 years with my significant other. I'm not a cuck like this guy, the MC Cosmo, so fuck him. But if I was like that, I'm
Whoa.
like, okay, cool, bet, say that. Let me know when you really feel that way, and we got.
would you
to talk.
respond back saying I love you too, or hey, I think I love you too?
I left.
If I'm a cuck like him, I'm gonna be fucking pussy, and I'm not gonna say that. So I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, and just 50 chapters later, I'm like, wait, no, I take it. No, I'm sorry, I can't go on with this. Fucking, I'm just happy she said it. You know what? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm happy she said it.
Amen
Anyways,
to that.
that's one manga. The other manga, which I gotta call out my co-host Grem and MemoryNK for, is that they're reading this. I just read it, I think, yesterday. Yesterday night. It's called. This My Life Turned Around. After being cheated on and falsely accused, I ended up being adored by the most beautiful girl in school.
Yep.
Man falls in love with childhood friend, confesses, says yes. Scumbag of an antagonist comes along and raises up childhood friend, fucks her, cheats on the MC. MC finds out while what was going on their first date. heart shattered.
Not their first day. It was during his birthday date.
Oh,
they had been going out for a minute.
The fucking birthday date too, and not okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. You know, finds out about your bro. That's the worst feeling possible. Then his life goes to the shambles, right? Everyone finds out that supposedly he may or may not have hurt this girl, which is not true. He did not hurt this girl. It was an illusion. It was actually the other guy. But because
it was the other guy. The other guy was just spreading rumors.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You read this? You read this yesterday, bro. How are you? You read this yesterday. How are you so
in like a short amount of time? But
you got this. Keep going. Yes.
Yeah. So he's pretty much giving this illusion that he is pretty much a really bad person, a very violent person, really abusive to his girlfriend, which is not the case. But now it's not girlfriend anymore; it's ex-girlfriend because she broke up with him to be with this other guy because he's the shit and his dick is so great, which is so fucked up on her. But anyways, so now his life is in shambles. His school life is over. Nobody believes him in any words he says because he's this bad guy, and this antagonist is pretty much giving him like the worst, feeling his worst like thing of his life because that's just how he is. What was the word? It starts with an M. Remy said it. When you manipulating, he's a big manipulator. He fucking likes to manipulate, and we don't like manipulators up in this. So, man is losing all hope. He can't go to his family because he doesn't want to give them any more stress because they're going through it. Running a family business there. It's just the mom and the brother and the fam, no dad in the picture, unfortunately. So he doesn't want to rely on them right now. He's on his own, nobody to do. Man wants to give it up, lose it all. Goes up to the staircase to the rooftop, and who does he see? Some beautiful blonde chick. And I'll just leave it at that because I've been reading the web novel.
It's the angel next door that's going to spoil him, Rob.
You know what? I was going to say that, bro. It's next door, but it's more spicier. And I look, all I'll say to this is that I relate to this manga a lot because I have gone through something similar. Not in the sense where, antagonist has done my life dirty. No, I haven't, but I have been in that situation where I have lost pretty much everything in my school days. And I was alone with just a certain amount of people, which, shout out to them. I still appreciate them for having my back throughout everything. And my situation turned out way much better for the better. Unfortunately for this story, it's not the case yet. I'm looking forward to it because it's something very relatable. If you've gone through something very tough in your school days, whether it's a cheating problem, your friends thinking they're your friends and they really are not, people talking shit behind your back. This is a manga I do recommend. And I also do recommend, which I'm actually surprised that Grem hasn't said nothing, fucking read the web novel because I'm on chapter 8. I do plan to read more about this. I'm having a great time with it. I love good storytelling. The story just wants to keep me watching more and more and more and more and more. So you already know I'm really looking forward to reading more of this. I hope the manga continues on at a fast pace because goddamn, I need to see more of this. I do hope this, and I do say this word nicely, I do hope this bitch gets what she deserves, whatever the outcome may be. And I hope my boy gets his just desserts in a good way. So there's that. Moving past the manga, I got introduced to a new anime. I was gonna try to stream it here on our Discord for you guys to watch, but you know what? I'll let you guys watch it on your own time because we are strapped for time. We have a lot of things to talk about. It was shown on my Twitter due to a certain VTuber. I'll talk about her in a minute. But it's called Otaka-chan Rabbit Season. This is a short anime, 8 episodes. It has been released a couple years ago, stopped. And I guess now they remade it into something more newer, better animation. I saw the trailer through Twitter, and let me tell you, guys, if you like Toonami, if you like the advertisement for Toonami, you like the voice, you need to watch this trailer because that's when I heard this, I was like, it's like back. I'm like a kid again. Saturday night watching fucking the trailers for fucking Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop. I was like, bro, I'm feeling nostalgic. I'm like, oh, I need to watch this, and the trailer fucking slaps. It's a straight up to like A to B. Like we have these bunny girls, these sexy ass bunny girls who fucking are going through it right now. And what I wrote here pretty much was an anime that revolves around dirty mouth anime girls dressed in sexy bunny outfits, trying to get that bag while surviving against the enemy. The trailer does a better job explaining the synopsis better than what I did, but that's very the short of it without spoiling. It was a bop. There is gore, there is violence, there's a little bit of etchiness. I love the sub, the dubbed, which is surprising. I never say that ever, but again, a VTuber supposedly is voicing it. I don't believe it, but I'm trying to see if it's true or not. So I highly recommend it. It's only 8 episodes. It's very short. It's like a good 10 to 13 minutes. Which surprisingly, they have like their own advertisement, which is so hilarious to me. So if you, I like the dedication that like a lot of indie producers do with these kind of animations. So if you don't want something short but like have a laugh about it or just like be interested in something like quick, I do recommend it. They have the first 2 episodes out right now, dubbed. I believe the 3rd episode should come out either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not too sure with the scheduling, but definitely check it out. It is exclusive to YouTube and it is for free, guys. You don't have to pay a single cent. Who doesn't like free? And who doesn't like seeing sexy bunny girls? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I will let you guys know who the VTuber is later because I don't want to say a name and I'm actually wrong. You put your hand up, Vash.
Oh no, I was just raising my hand because you asked to the class, who wouldn't like to see, Girls and Bunny Girl Senpai clothes, and I'm like, yeah, me, yeah, of course. I was just agreeing to your statement.
Third point, halfway done there, guys. I'm going fast. Third now. I started 3 new animes. I don't
know if that counts as 3 in 1 week because you spoke about 2 of them last week. So I don't know if 3 counts in 1 week.
I saw 1 only last week. I only saw 1 last week.
Okay,
so
that's on me.
I had talked about last week that I was watching Food for the Soul.
Yeah, the whack one.
I did watch 1 episode, and then I got to this little debate with my co-host saying that Mono and Food for the Soul, one and the other is better. So I told myself, you know what? For the people, for myself, I have an obligation to decide whether I like it or not. And you know what? Since also I have the slander that I'm the only one in this fucking goddamn group that watches the least amount of anime, I'm like, you know what? I can't take that. I had to put more on my list. So I did my homework and I watched this week, not 1, not 2, but fucking 3 animes on top of everything else that came out this week, on top of the movie that I saw, which I'm going to talk about next. But I saw Take Me to the Ballpark. I'm up to date with that. I fucking love it. I want to watch it, then I saw everybody else watching it, and I'm like, wasn't for me. But I gave it a chance to see some clips. I'm like, you know what? If it is trash, that's on me. But I don't think it's trash at all. I'm having a great time watching it. So stay tuned for week 13 or whenever we do the tier list
is June 13th, which we could tell the audience that tier list episode will come out on June 30th.
Bet. You guys heard it here first. I've been loving the anime. Mono, I also been loving a lot too. I actually been having a great time with it. I'm on episode 4. I haven't caught up yet. I promise to be up by the next season because your boy has a lot of homework to do. And Food for the Soul is not looking good. I do plan to finish it. I will be up to date with it 100%. I promise it to these guys. But I will say here right now on episode 4, anyways. Fucking Mono is just a lot better. I'm sorry, guys, that I said trash.
Let's go.
I'm wrong, but I'm saying it's fucking a bop. I've been having a great time with it. That can change. Fucking Food for the Soul can bring it up 180 and I can change my mind. But as of right now, I'm saying I'm liking it. Let's just see where it lands by the time next episode hits. But so far, I've been watching those 3. And, I promise you guys how it is. Finally, I do want to speak on the Don movie that came out this weekend.
Yeah, the 3 episodes early that you paid 20-something to see where we could have waited to watch it weekly and talk about the hype of episode.
Man, so petty. He didn't go watch it with me because he didn't want to
I know.
I'm just gonna say shout out to my best friends, Lyndon, Stephanie, Elvin. Thank you for watching with me, guys. You guys know you guys are my homies for life, and you guys know anytime any anime comes out, we're gonna watch it. Spoiler alert. It's later in September. We're gonna watch that, so stay tuned for the review in the fall.
Snooze fest. Yes, let's go.
Yeah, so you're coming to me too, motherfucker. You're gonna watch that with me. The whole crew coming up for that. But anyways, that's a story for another time. The Don movie. Everyone's been literally up my ass asking me how did I like it, how did I like it, how I like it. It's a fucking 9 out of 10. I'm a little disappointed because it is not like season 1 at all. It is doing the exact same thing that season 1 is doing, which for me, it's not a bad thing. Personally, I thought it was going to do something a little more original, just go in a different direction. I don't know why. But, like some people just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I guess that's what the producer is seeing. And that's what we was talking about a little bit in the interview. So I can see where he's coming from with that. I'm not going to spoil what happens in the first 3, episodes. But what I can say is, you start off the story continuing when Momo's about to be raped. When Momo's about to be ran over by a train. She's in a sticky situation, right? And Okarin and Jin is pretty much in a mysterious room with a bunch of talismans around. The action, fire. I will say that much. We didn't get no OP. I've been hearing from my, co-hosts that supposedly the OP they go up on YouTube or something like that, or up on the internet. We waited all the time in the movie for an OP. We didn't get jack shit. Everyone was so upset about that. I want to hear something from anything, just any kind of soundtrack music. Nothing. But the background music was cool. The animation still kicks ass. I was expecting a little bit more, but it is what it is. They did use a lot of the same animation sequences. I will say I wrote that in the notes, like, Momo's like iconic kick. They did that again. I was kind of like, kind of been outdone. I don't really care for it. I wanted you to do like a different kind of move, but hey, it's whatever. Like I just may be a little nitpicky. But I enjoyed it. It wasn't the edge of my seat. The movie does end on the cliffhanger. So the first 3 episodes, don't expect nothing too crazy. After the first 3 episodes is when things get a little interesting. So if you guys, for whatever reason, think, it's okay. Like, I'm just glad I'm watching it. I feel the same way, but I promise you, after episode 3 and onwards, the show should pick up and get a little more interesting. So stay tuned for that. The only other thing I would say is the comedy still had me rolling. Everyone in the movie theater was laughing.
You said sub, right?
I watched it subbed.
Okay.
I did not want to watch it dubbed. No one wants to watch it dubbed, everybody. So, you already know what's up with that. The only other notes I have here was Jennifer Lopez, Anaconda. I'm not going to say anything about that. Just remember these words. And Evil Eye looks like bootlegged Mars from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Zesty ass, but hey, whatever, bro. You kicked ass. I'm going to stay quiet about that. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Alex. If you know, you know. And Down to Dawn Season 2 releases in July. But if you want to watch it in theaters, if you want to watch the first 3 episodes for $22 or $23, I personally highly recommend it. It is definitely worth the time, whether you watch it alone or with friends. It's not about getting ahead of the game. It's just about enjoying
the movie going experience.
The movie experience. Because I'm telling you, out of the movies I watched, like between Overlord and Witch Watch, fucking Dawn to Dawn. Watching it in theaters, with a leather seat in your back that goes up, AC, surround. I'm telling you, I don't know this. Yeah. It never happens with me watching it with AMC movies, but I watched this movie at AMC. For whatever reason, it was I guess it revamped the movie theater itself. So sitting down, we have brand new seats. And for me, the screen was 4K, like crisp, and no pixelation, no deterioration. No, it was straight crisp. The sound, surround sound all around. And I paid for just a regular ticket. So just for me, for that, listening, watching everything was fucking a goddamn war. Maybe shout out to AMC. I like promotions. I like to shout you guys out. So, if you want to send me, a sponsorship my way, I like free tickets. But yeah, I do recommend it. Watching the movie at the very least. But if not, like I said, it comes out in the summer season in July. So stay tuned for our little review when it comes out. Yeah, that's it. That's for me.
So, question.
Beautiful.
So was the Dawn to Dawn thing, was it did it just feel like 3 episodes, or how many episodes was it?
Yeah, it's 3.
It was 3 episodes. 3 the first.
So did it just feel
like
like 3
episodes
just straight up, or was it kind of edited in a way? Because I already have PTSD from the Gundam shit.
No, it's the full episode.
Did you see the first Dawn to Dawn movie? Or no?
Yeah. He did. I did. But
did you see the first Dawn to Dawn movie in theaters or no?
No.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. So it's literally first 3 episodes just meshed together.
It's just the 3 episodes. Yeah,
it's 3 meshed together.
It's just transition into it.
What they did in the first movie was they did the interview and then the first 3 episodes. This time around, they did the first 3 episodes and then the interview.
Oh,
so
that's
if you want to
nice.
go home after, you can, because you don't really learn much. You just see what they did to do the first 3 episodes, and that is it. You don't hear no soundtrack, which I was very annoyed about. Again, that's more or less kind of why I gave it less points. And it was good. The way they edited it, it was from point A to point B. You were laughing. You were also at the edge of your seat. And I won't say too much on it, but you have a bit of a romance moment, a wholesome one at the very least.
Yeah.
I thought it was touching. It was nice to see that. But I can't wait to see more of the romantic, tedious moments between KOWLOON and Momo, because I've been having a blast with them.
Same.
But
I wish the plot points that were stupid would end so that we could get more romance. Sorry.
You're a manga reader. Shut up. Anyways, you know what I just thought about? Why they didn't include the opening in the ED is because that beginning 3 episodes, it's like more action packed and stuff. So it just wouldn't feel right to have them in the episode, especially when they're showing all 3 episodes. Because like with the first movie, they did show it, right? Because I mean, it's just the introduction.
I believe they show it in the beginning episode or the end of the third episode. Yeah.
The beginning. When we went to watch it, it was in the beginning. I was like,
yeah.
I was like bumping my head.
Yeah, because with Solo Leveling, when we saw it, they showed the song, or we heard the song of season 2, but we never saw the visuals, if I remember correctly.
So I guess they try to make sense for it in theaters because it wouldn't have maybe messed up the mood. I'm guessing if they did
I had assumed they didn't have it because maybe like they didn't have like the copyright, or it just wasn't ready yet or something like that. But now that you're saying something like, oh, maybe it had spoilers and we couldn't see it yet.
They can pick and choose.
Yeah.
So are you gonna watch? Are you gonna rewatch the episodes weekly when they come out? Or are you gonna wait 4 weeks and just hop into episode 4?
Well, 4 weeks.
Well, it depends on his memory, because when we talk about them each week in the summer season, he might be like, shit, I forgot about that. He might rewatch it, or he might have the notes still.
I can spoil it right now. I can tell you exactly how episode 3 ends, but you guys.
That's fresh in your mind. Wait till next month.
Thing is, we have to come back.
Pretty much, I can't forget that.
When we come back and talk about Danadon first episode, we might be recording by July 6th of that weekend. So we will probably be talking about it that night, which if the first episode has come out, if not, it's coming out that first full week of July. So by then it's been 4 weeks. You might not remember all this information you're telling us now.
No, there's no way I could forget. Danadon has been like a really good anime for me. A great anime, excuse me.
Only time will tell.
For season 2. I can make a bet right now. Let's go. I will say though, the movie does a great job of recapping everything that happened in the first season in the first like 10-15 minutes, which personally I didn't need all of that because
hopefully that's a anime movie only. Cause, hopefully that was not in the season 2 because we don't need that shit. I'm good. Stop giving me the recap shit. Thank God my hero stop doing it because we don't need it.
I mean, look, if it does, I feel bad for you guys because we didn't really need it.
Well, somebody just said they had a good memory that they don't need a 15-minute recap. So we might not need this recap in season 2 when it comes out.
They showed us the whole thing with the old lady. I forgot her name. I should remember. I'm so sorry, guys.
The old granny,
the ballerina girl. Yeah, old granny. I was so upset. I was like, don't make me cry in the theaters, please. They showed the whole thing for a good minute and a half. I was like, don't do this to me. Like they showed the whole recap from beginning to end.
My
guess,
they did
a really good job.
If they're smart, they didn't show you the full episode 3, and they only show you the full episode 1 and 2, and whatever recap they show might not be part of it, and that's my hope.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if you see pretty much how episode 3 ends. I
hope, because who knows? Like Memory said, he has PTSD from Gundam. There's things that they could edit out and just match up, so it could happen, and that's my hope. Because once you told me,
with Gundam, they already said they would do that. That's
true.
Why I kind of guess.
But once him telling me that they added a 15-minute recap, it's like it might not actually be part of season 2, which I hope not. I'm really hoping not. If episode 1 has a recap of Danadon, that shit's gonna have a low type of ranking for me.
I got PTSD from Gundam. Vash got PTSD from One Piece.
Yeah, no, Nate. You know what? I have PTSD. It's going to see Solo Leveling first 2 episodes premiere, but I had a fucking 30 minute recap of season 1. I'm like, I didn't need this shit. Why? It was still fire to see the score and the opening in the background and just see this in the movie theater experience. Still amazing, but I didn't need that shit. So if I get a 15-minute recap of season 1, I'm like, bitch, why do I need this shit? I could just rewatch it if I need to, or I could see clips, or I could see my own fucking reactions, or I could see a channel called Dweebs and Weebs reaction too, as well if I want to see a highlight of it.
Damn, real.
Maybe what they'll do is they'll put out it'll be like Danadon season 2, episode
0.5.
0.
Episode 0 or something. That's my hope because bro, nah. The recap shit pissed me off.
It's not like
My Hero will be doing that.
Yeah, they do too much of that.
Yeah, they used to do that. Well, back then they used to add it within the season. They used to add it within the season. Now it's like a 0.5 episode, which I'm okay with. But hey,
that was my biggest rant. I'm sorry about that, guys. I know that was more than 10 minutes. I think that was a good 25, 30 minutes.
I mean, we knew it was coming.
Oh yeah, we knew. If you want to know exactly, it was exactly 24 minutes. But hey, 24 minutes of just crash binging it. It
Your
was
boy been
amazing.
grinding.
Yeah, but hey, chat, we're here for Anime Spotlight. If you don't know what we're here for about that, because we advise audience and listeners, and we review seasonal anime as well for Off the Binge. And from this episode, we're reviewing and discussing episodes from June 2nd to June 8th. Unless you're Neko, that will be talking about week 9 as well, because you know, because you told us, hey, I got killed last week. I need, you know, I just got reborn. I need to retalk my shit.
I did.
A quick reminder, chat. We have honorable mentions for each segment. If you don't know our segments, there are drama, Isekai/fantasy, rom-com, which stands for romance and comedy. And then the last segment stands for Shounen, and that stands for action. So if you like any of these segments, look at the time codes always for the description or on the YouTube side. It will show what are we on. Other than that, guys, let's get straight to our first drama. Who wants to talk about honorable mentions?
I will start. All right, I am going to start with both episodes of Your Forma. They were really good. Last week had me have a really, it kind of broke me down. I started crying. It was really bad. It's just, so having to see Sozin just kind of get split up in front of Harold like that was just horrible by the nightmare. Because, you know, I knew this volume was hype, but I didn't know it was going to pain me that much that first episode. I was like, wait, why are you doing this to me? Like, why did he have to die like that? That was so brutal. And then now with this new episode going into, like, he's back somehow? Nani? Is this an AI talking with his voice? What's going on? And then, you know, just Harold having to relive all this, like, trauma, even with the family, right, of the people and Daria. Like, it's going to be a painful, I guess, arc. I don't know if we'll find the nightmare or what, but yeah, that was really good. And just, I'm really just surprised just how much, like, I guess, character development we get of Harold this whole, like, season, basically. Like, we focused on him, like, the first few episodes and now even the end of the episodes. I'm like, which I did like. I did like learning about, like, how he, like, the origins of how he was so good at observing people and able to do that because he learned from Sozin. And yeah, I did like all that stuff. It's been really great these last 2 episodes. I'm excited to see how this arc ends since, you know, they did have to sacrifice volume 1 for this. So look, let them cook for this volume. They've been killing it. I really do hope we see more. And yeah, it's been a really good episode. These last 2 episodes have been great. I do really love how they're going about it. I just hope that the nightmare dies because that was really dirty how they did Sozin. That is enough for me.
Why do you hate KSI so much?
He's the knowledge, not the nightmare.
No, he is the nightmare.
The nightmare, Logan Paul, or that's the Maverick. Who's the
Yeah.
nightmare?
Yeah, KSI.
Oh, is that his nickname actually?
Yeah, that's his ring name.
When he
Really?
rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I was
remember
remembering that from when they fought each other. Yeah,
It was
That
the
makes sense.
Nightmare versus the Maverick.
yeah,
That's
what it was.
why.
Jesus.
That's why you guys keep saying the Nightmare. I'm like, what did KSI do, bro?
Yeah, because in my head, I'm
I
like,
would do this, to be
why?
honest. I'm not gonna lie.
The last time I remember KSI, like, wasn't he barking towards Randy Orton back there? The last thing I remember he did, or he got hit by a Braun
That's
Breaker.
the KSI, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's speed, bro.
Oh, that was Speed. That was Speed.
Yo, Speed, oh my god.
Yeah, Big Speed literally got, like, his back, bro. That's so sad. I'm like, damn.
But yeah, pro wrestling. We're here for Off the Binge. But
Yes, sir.
anybody has more thoughts for Your Forma? If not, you know, anybody else will talk about any other series? Because I don't watch Your Forma. Haven't watched since episode 2.
We can give a shout to Rock is a Lady's Modesty, episode 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as previous episode. I feel like it was going to be hard to kind of eclipse that, though, to be fair. But I love how, in typical fashion, our 2 main girls go at it and they drag everybody else pretty much into their argument and whatnot.
Mhm.
Also, an unexpected development with what's her name, Shiraha, I think her name is, with her like being super kinky, I guess. Yeah.
Go on,
Yeah.
go on. I've seen the pictures. I've seen the pictures.
Like out of nowhere, it's like,
want you
okay,
to
she's the
remind me.
yeah. I was like, what? I was like, this is me and Grem were watching the episode together. We're like, wait, what? Like, where did this just come from, bro? Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
that was an unexpected development. I wasn't too big of a fan of kind of going back to a little bit of the academy. Like I've talked about time and time again, I could just do without the shit. honestly. And them being like proper ladies and all, but now we have all of them in the secret club room or whatever. So
While being watched by the creepy little sister.
yeah, the sister, the creepy stalker sister. But yeah, this episode was fun again. This episode was fun again. Yeah, especially like the beginning part of it. I feel like after the performance, like that whole bit, I really enjoyed. It was funny too. Anytime they really start screaming at each other and go at it like that, you're gonna have a good time. So, because that's a big part of what drew us into the series in the first place, right? It was like that first episode when they were literally screaming at each other and shitting at each other.
You stupid.
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep.
When it comes to me,
so-
I don't have any honorable mention. I'm just ready to talk about the two series that we have.
Oh, wait.
to discuss. So
Dinner Table Detective was mid
Dinner
as
Table-
fuck.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Look,
Honestly, I do remember, but it went by so fast. I was like, wait, that's it? Honestly, I was a little disappointed. I'm like, usually it always cooks up something. This time around, for the first time ever, I was like, if you were to ask me what was it about, I couldn't fucking tell you. That's how fast it went. I'm like, oh yeah, there was a mystery, and they solved it. That's
all right,
it. Like,
all right. So that's your hot
Yeah,
take.
I mean-
How about you, Neko? What's your take on it?
Look. These last two episodes were just simple, right? They were all explained, kind of like solved in one episode, which was fine. You know?
oh yeah, the girl in the rose garden or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, the Rose Garden. So, you know, which I don't know. I got pinged that I killed my master, which apparently I didn't. I actually protected
Oh,
her.
yeah,
I don't
you
know what you
killed
mean by that. I didn't kill her. It was the other guy, the brother-in-law. I don't know what you mean.
Can I just say I called it a fucking again every
me
goddamn
too.
time.
Me too,
Your
Rob.
friend was like, "Did you actually call it back?" Yes, I did. I know these things now, bro. I
Yeah.
swear you can't bro. I'm so good with this, bro. Big brain one time, but I'm still stupid. Anyways, minutes fuck. Let's
But
go on to
yeah,
more
you know,
important
simple
things.
cases. You know, I did like it. And just again, the I love the progression of the relationships between our three trio, bro. Like I don't know, they're pretty cute.
The
And it
butler
was-
is cutting this girl's.
Yeah,
Yo,
but he's
this-
still he's also a wingman kind of. He's like always there for when our other detectives try to get her in his car. He's like, "Come here, girl. You know you want to get in my car." She's like, "No, thanks. No, I'm good. You're done."
Come
Go."
on, my
She's
boy.
looking like this. She's looking like the Avatar when she's in the car.
Touch me. But yeah, I love, dude. Dinner Detective is just fun. Some cases are hit and misses, and I kind of knew this one was
Yeah.
going to be really quickly because it's kind of like the same thing as the earlier cases with like it had to be one of the family inside. So I was like, okay, yeah, we got to fit like
You have to have a
solve this
neighbor
and that.
episode.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's been fun. That's my honorable mention for Dinner Detective.
Anyone who hurts
We
a
can-
cat like that, get him
Yeah,
out of
for
here.
real.
Get him
For real,
the fuck out of here.
exactly.
Get them out of here, you stupid
Get 'em
deer.
out.
Like,
Out of
poor
here, man.
cat. Cat was just trying to protect its owner. That's all.
Exactly.
Fucking
Try to be
Yeah.
wholesome.
Black cats are not bad luck, bro. They're your best homies to have.
Yes, sir.
Unless
Hello.
they're black cat.
No,
What's
I'm a
wrong with
black cat.
cats?
Yeah, what's wrong with us, huh?
What you implying, boss man?
Yeah, the animals are black cat. They're bad luck. The animals. The pets.
That's crazy. It could be
Yeah,
a
so
white
crazy.
unicorn.
But hey, you know what's crazy?
Evil.
You guys were talking about such high remarks about Gundam. Talk to me, because you guys had the
Crazy.
Gundam GQuuuuuuX of the quacks. Talk to me about this
Okay,
episode 10.
Okay,
or 9.
I'll go
Go
first
ahead.
because
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
you know, I was kind of like, as the series has been going on, it's like, it's kind of been treading that line for me of like, is this, you know, could a newcomer watch this? Could they not?
No,
At
fucking
this
not.
point, that shit's all been thrown out of the window
Yo.
because this shit is not a standalone. It is not a standalone
Oh, it's not?
series at all.
Is it a
No,
sequel?
No, it's not.
It is
No,
not.
it's not.
It's like, it's weird. It's like the way I would, I guess, explain it is like, it's kind of like the Ava like rebuild movies in a way. Like if you
100%.
like, yeah, it's like, so you have Evangelion and then you have the rebuild films, which there's different things in it, but there's also a lot of the same content. It's like, I don't know. It's like, the best way, I guess, to explain it would be like a lot of things are like out of place, and like, I guess the goal is to try and kind of bring everything together. I don't know, but the whole thing with like Lala like being in here and then her being able to see like these other like dimensions and all of that,
Yeah.
and which is really cool stuff. It was cool to see her too.
Mm-mm.
but like, yeah, that content, and then like at this point, it's like it kind of makes sense why the characterization maybe for like our characters hasn't been, because that's, I feel like what a lot of people have been wanting with this is like better characterization for the main trio. But I think like now, like especially Machu, like her whole, or at least that this is how I interpret it, is that like the whole point of her character is to bring kind of everything together in a way, or for her to like, it's not even necessarily about her character, like she's just being used essentially, right? So
you know, you're not that far from that. I kind of agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it kind of makes sense, right? That like her characterization, I feel like isn't necessarily the best. I mean, even for like the other trio, like we really haven't learned or got too much on them, like as characters, right? I feel like Machu is maybe the one we've got the most with in terms like, because the big thing with her has been like, oh, you know, she's felt like kind of trapped, you know, the pressure like with her mom and all that, like she wants to be free. That's been the whole thing with her.
Did you not see the amount of phone calls and texts she got, bro? It's like you put in class and you didn't go to school, and the school calls your mom and she bombs your phone like, where the fuck are you? Like, oh, I'm in trouble. Yeah, she's like, you can call if you want. Take, like, just say the E, take the L. But me personally, what I got. Also, come on, maybe we haven't gotten, you know, the best out of this character, but swimsuit Amari, bro. Come on, you can't tell me that's not the best peak thing we got out of this goddamn anime.
I think you said that last week too.
For the rest of this goddamn season, bro.
That's crazy. But you know, I wanted to shout out Scott Report, man, because I usually talk to him after each episode. Because yeah, you know, at this point, this isn't a standalone, so I was like, "Hey, Scott, you gotta help me out, brother." And you know, shout out to him. He's the Gundam man, and yeah, since I think 2 pods ago, Scott was telling me, "Nah, I think this is trying to do like what the Kira is like the original timeline." So when we got that like this like present episode, I was like, Scott, you fucking called it, my brother. You called it. Yeah, like they're trying to get the original timeline. Like there's 2 split timelines, the what if and then the original. So it's like they're trying to merge that together, and like now with Lala being under the sea, you know, because that's what originally happened to her, you know, in the original, which he showed me a clip and I was like, wow, so she died for Char. I was like, damn. Which that's what she was explaining, right? She really did love Char, and she loved the MC from the original, and the MC killed her, and he learns, and like he both also gets like to perfect his new type, but also learns to like about life. He's like, oh, taking lives is kind of like not that good, which I'm thinking that for Machu, like I think her character is supposed to be like the MC from the original. Like she's supposed to learn to like kind of be grateful for her privilege, right? Like she was privileged than the rest, like Xian, Nyan, and the others, right? Like they lived a hard life, but she was here chilling. Even Shalia mentioned it. He's like, hey, you should be happy that you were born in Side 6. Like that's a really good area. Your mom's been trying to like, you know, give you a good life, and you just want to be in this hard life, you know, which is, you know, I get it. You want to be rebellious, but you should be thankful for it. But he's also using her too. He's like, oh yes, you're the perfect girl to use for my plans. Let's go. But yeah, I don't know. I love how even with just all the confusion, it's been great for me. I've been loving these last 2 episodes. Lala was so fun to meet. I was like, dang, why did you come with us, girl? We could have left. But yeah, that, I don't know. I've been loving Gundam, and even with the flaws of the other characters, I did like Nyan, which I know I had some friends talking about, like she would be the one to go more on the darker side. So now with her working with the Crusalia, I forgot her name. But yeah, so she's like, bro, the way she killed that kid, I was like, oh my god, Nyan, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you were working with. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's been chaotic. I hope we meet Shiunji again, because that's who Machu was trying to find. And the road
Shiunji's just chilling in another fucking universe right now.
Right. And then Char, we know Char, you're disguising as show up.
Yeah, that was definitely that.
Come on.
Yeah, I think it was the same voice actor too.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, Char,
wow.
you just never change, do you, buddy? You just never change. So yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't literally have a mask on, but he still like has a mask on.
Every time. I'm like, damn, how many times have you disguised yourself and no one notices? Okay, all right. But yeah, I don't know. I've been liking the Shalia stuff with his plan, and then also Crusalia. She's trying to do things. I don't know. It's about to go down, and I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, I guess next week Machu and our girl are gonna fight. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what it felt like. Yeah, they're setting up.
War's
for.
coming. War's definitely coming. I mean, the only thing I can really say about the episode is that, like, I already wrote the notes too. The only good thing about the episode, the strippers, bro. That shit.
The prostitutes. The prostitutes.
Concubines. No. I'm gonna take a little bit of what you and Memory said, honestly, to just piggyback. Yeah, like, as somebody who has not watched any Gundam, minus, Mercury, is like, you need to be up to date with, like, old fucking Gundam shows. So for me, that, like, is a veteran anime. I can put two together. I figure out, like, the pieces and everything. I even did a little bit of, like, research to kind of, like, figure out pretty much what's going on with Char, and even with, the Indian lady, like, Lala. I was like, oh, that's what you have to know about this. And prior to watching this show, and I'm gonna say it again, like, I was under the assumption that maybe I can get away with watching it. No, I cannot. Am I still enjoying the anime? Anyways, yes, by means. It's been a great trip. I have not regret watching it all. The OP is still a bop. I still fucking dance with it. I think it's my top 3 for this season for sure. But
I have a quick question.
I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Which one Which one are you enjoying more? Since you're out of the loop, but you're also not unaware because content's being cut, but also you're out of the loop. Which one are you enjoying more? Gundam, Quacks, or KOWLOON?
Well, he likes KOWLOON.
Personally, KOWLOON. I'm not saying that Gundam is not bad.
Oh no.
Means. I mean, they're two different things in their own right. But
exactly.
Personally, like, I've been more of, like, KOWLOON.
The reason I brought this up because the comparison of how you're new to Gundam but out of the loop with how it was supposed to be like a what if type of spinoff, but you guys are saying that's kind of not now. But then the same thing to bounce off with KOWLOON, it was still great on its own, but still leaves things out of context without information because of them cutting off the source material, but still enjoyable on its own. So that's why I asked that comparison, like two type of content that has its own issues with adapting and trying to keep the new viewers attached to it, but also you having that little misgap of it. So that's why I asked, like, which one are you enjoying that aspect?
I feel like if you're watching, like, I mean, you guys get back into this. If you're watching Mobile Suit Gundam, like, GQuuuuuuX right now, like, you have watched the previous Gundam series. Yeah. I don't know a single newcomer right now that's actually watching this because they're watching it, besides me. Yeah, like, KOWLOON is its own thing in its own right. Like, you have the Gundam series for a very long time. I don't think it's fair to, like, appropriately, like, judge between the two. But, like, if the question is, like, if you were a newcomer, what of the two, which one would you enjoy more? Definitely KOWLOON. Like, GQuuuuuuX is still enjoyable in its own right. But I think it is. Yeah,
I think the thing with GQuuuuuuX was, like, there was uncertainty, a lot of uncertainty at the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning,
like, if you could or couldn't, and then, like, you started it, and it's like, okay, like, you should be good to get in as a newcomer.
You got the back
it's like
with Char,
right,
and then, like, you see now Lala. It's like even for me, I can't tell you, like, I don't know who the fuck these characters are from jack shit, like. They're important. They're part of the original Gundam series. Yeah, like, I wouldn't recommend to newcomers. I'm sorry. Is it a great anime? It's good. It's solid. There are things for sure that could be changed. Things that, like, we wanted differently. But overall, like, the story's still going. We're definitely going to see something crazy happen. Maybe a potential war next episode. But overall, I'm still having a good time. I'm still going to continue watching to the very end. And by week 12, I'll give you guys my final opinion on, as somebody who has not watched any previous Gundam series, what do you guys recommend it? I mean, Rich from Mercury is the only other thing I've watched really Gundam wise.
Yep. Just helping out. Yeah. All right, I think that's it with GQuuuuuuX. So we're going to go into Too Perfect. No, not my bad. Well, we can go into
Shirley.
Well, and Shirley we can. I was thinking Too Perfect because it'll be short, but you're right. We can do that. We can do Aunt Shirley.
And Shirley, man.
That's by Matthew gone. He gone.
Yeah. We knew it was coming. I mean, we knew it was coming.
It was coming.
Who died?
Guys, come on.
Who died?
He gone. Look, man.
I'm about to say, who got chocolate?
He wasn't gonna last. He wasn't gonna last that long, and he died. He got shocked by the bank, brother. That's what got him.
Can we?
Like, my money.
Can we give him?
I was kind of holding out hope. Like, at first when he had that reaction, I was like, oh, he's just, like, pissed or, like, surprised by something. But then he actually fell over. I'm just like, fuck.
No.
Like, the way it happened was, like, so, like, sudden, which is how it was building up for it because he's had some scares obviously before, as we saw.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
So yeah, it was gonna happen at some point. They started off the freaking episode with it, which is kind of brutal. But I mean, yeah, it was you know, probably one of like probably all of our favorite characters in the series, you know, like probably like a top 3 character in the series right at this point, at least, in my opinion. So to see someone like him go, obviously, especially after like what we had in the previous, and even Anne was reminiscing on it in this episode, like, you know, what Matthew was saying to her, like how, you know, she was his girl and that all that, like when they were in the field or whatever, like, and she was helping him. So yeah, that hit with Matthew quite a bit. And then also like the scenes even with Marilla too, and seeing Marilla break down and seeing like just something like this, like they're already close obviously, but like something like this brings you even closer, for sure. Like going through something like this and having each other through this. So yeah, it was a pretty painful episode, but there was like some hope there, right? Especially like I think of Gilbert and Anne. It seems like they've put the past behind them, and
finally, poor Gilbert, like he was so happy. He was like,
right,
you're talking to me. Oh my god.
The way he was talking about it too, it's like, oh, destiny finally, or whatever. Like we were destined to be friends. Like it's finally, like it took a long time, but like here we are.
You tried to avoid it, Anne, but here I am.
Yeah. But yeah, so it did leave off on like a hopeful kind of heartwarming note, but a lot of this episode was kind of.
Is the show 12 episodes or
depressing.
24?
It was
24.
Oh, so, okay. Is it going to be straight, like, is it going to fall over the summer, or is it going to take a core break?
I think it's straight through.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
straight through.
Yeah.
There are a lot of animes next season. They're actually gonna be like second core, like kind of like continuing on to be Hero X and Shirley.
That's just 2.
Like,
what else you got?
Yeah,
there's something else. I think.
There's like 2 more animes. Yeah, there's a lot of like long.
I think Summer Pockets.
Summer Pockets. There we go.
Pockets.
Yeah.
Summer Pockets has 3.
I don't
know about YAIBA. YAIBA might, but
I think
YAIBA's
13. No, YAIBA actually doesn't have a number with it. So
yeah, it doesn't. We don't even know.
Yeah, so, we don't even know.
Okay. But yeah, I really did enjoy those episodes. Like for me, like they was saying, like the reminiscing about what Matthew was saying, like, you know, she was thinking like, ah man, I should have been the boy. Like that whole episode was just even Marilla and him like being thankful that they like Anne was brought into their life, and you know he was like, yeah, no, we were very happy we got you, our girl. We didn't need a boy. We're good. You're my girl that I'm very proud of. And then of course next episode, just seeing that, I was like. I think even for me, until Anne finally started crying, I finally broke down, and
that's
just having, like, which was, I think the whole episode really was even for her and Marilla to set it, like, have it sit in, and even for us, to be honest. Like, I was like, oh, he's actually gone. And when he came, like, in spirit to touch her cheek again, like how, you know, I was like, no, bro.
Especially because it happened so suddenly, right?
Yes,
so
and I hate
it did take a bit. Yeah, it did take a bit to kind of settle in, like. Yeah, and I get like Manga's probably sad that she didn't go to college, but I was talking to her, I was like, no, she needed to stay because Marilla was already going through something with her eyes and stuff, so it makes sense she wanted to stay, especially with where Matthew is right now, right, in the grave. Like it would have been too much for her to go to Redmond and focus on all that in college and stuff and not worry about Marilla and Matthew being, and also just the emotions of losing Matthew and all that. So I'm happy she did stay. It is sad. She could probably try again, but yeah, I'm happy she stayed. And the friendship between Gilbert and her was really nice. And what he did for her, basically, to even give her the school that they used to go to for her to teach, just so she could stay closer to Marilla, was so sweet. And it was really great. Yeah. Also, I gotta give a shout out to, I think me and Grem pointed it out. Her hair, like when it's like all flowing out, like. That I like that look.
It's beautiful. No, 100%. I thought the same thing. I was
so
like,
and it just makes her look older too.
Yes.
No, you know what it is? Like the only problem is her bangs look fugly when her hair's out. To be fair.
No.
Like her bangs are.
I mean, I kind of have to agree. I'm like,
no, guys.
Damn.
But overall, no, the look is better. I still.
No, the look is better, but she needs to grow out her bangs. That's all I'm saying.
That's
but
crazy.
now I was trying to think about, like, the other girls have it down, so I was thinking, is that like the cultural thing back then that they needed to have it in a braid or up? But no, not everyone has. Some girls have it down. So Anne, leave it down, girl. Leave it down.
No,
Leave it
Anne
down,
likes her
girl.
pigtails because she wants to look like Wendy from Wendy's.
That's crazy.
Anybody got more
Yeah.
thoughts? Because we got
Nope,
two
that's
perfect
it for Anne
paint.
Shirley. Two perfect saint.
Yes, we do.
Man, I love the sisters, bro. That was beautiful. And it's so sad for Mia. She just was done with it. She wanted to die to get revenge on everyone else that
Look.
hurt her sister and even
Yeah,
herself.
she wanted to
bro.
get revenge on herself.
Yeah,
Well,
because thing is,
everyone
because thing
too,
is,
though.
no,
Yeah,
but herself
yeah.
most important because she felt that she was also the cause. Because if
Yeah,
she
felt
realized
that
this
it was her
earlier,
fault more than anyone.
yeah, because if she realized this
Yeah,
earlier, she could have helped her sister not feel so alone, and she just thought everybody was just spoiling her, but it was just that everyone was just treating fucking Philia like shit, and she felt that
100%.
revenge was consuming her, and I love the prince for that. The prince asking him, I believe his right hand man or his first knight, like, yo, I need you to do me this one solid. Look after me, because she wants to attack everyone, but she's also blaming herself most of all, and that felt important for the character of the prince to have that little side thing for us to show us, like knowing that he's starting to feel for her, but also because of obvious reason, because she came for her, like she picked him up out of the darkness, and now he's trying to do the same thing, like, hey, I cannot be there with you, but I don't want you to die. And that's something adorable, because she was ready to accept death. A bit crazy, she's a bit fucking crazy with a smile, that's one thing I will admit. Bitch looks psycho, with all due respect.
I mean, she snapped. She was done, right?
She snapped. Girl give you like Harley Quinn vibes, like knowing that you're about to go psycho, but smile before you're about to die. She like, I can just die. It happened. Like, bitch, you need to go to a ward, because this is you smiling. Yeah, like you about to die. The fucking ox that's about to axe you right now, and you just like, yeah, motherfucker, kill me. I'm like,
it was so sad. I was like, no,
you
Mia,
crazy.
please.
I just love how a few people was watching her. They're like, we should all protect her. I'm like, is nobody watching her facial expression? Like nobody looking how crazy she looks. Nobody questioning that. But honestly, great episode. I love how girl Philia came at the last second. She fought for her defense. I love how the prince of the other kingdom said, hey, I told you, my father told you, be selfish. What is it that you want to do? Fuck what my brother said. Fuck to keep you grounded. And she said, word? I want to save my sister. She said, word? Let's go right now. Let's take the horse and get there within the whole episode. Not wait until the next episode at the cliffhanger. No, we're going to do it within the episode and save your sister. And I love how the prince said, like, you are grounded. You can't leave. And I love the brother said, word? We're leaving anyway. And we will come back alive. The prince was like, oh my God, that turned me on. You're going to come back alive? Love it.
Hey,
love it, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was the most assertive she's been, I feel like, in the whole series. Like,
Which-
wow, I hope that's like a sign of like
showing
some
progressive.
change, with her progression, with her character.
I did
I'm guessing she'll be more standoff with the prince, right?
Yeah.
Now that he's turned kind of evil, the other prince, Julius, whatever his name is.
Which my guess,
dude, how the hell did that guy get away?
How the fuck did he escape? It's definitely plot. I'm sorry, that has to be plot. Like he's either gonna, like, my guess, because
he sells his soul.
He sold his soul. He's got the ring. I think the demon Asmodeus, I think it's a part of his name. Asmodeus. I think he's gonna turn into the Prince Julius body and he's gonna take over. I think that's my assumption.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like the typical like cliche thing where like the villain or whatever sells their soul, and
he's so creepy. Like he didn't remind me of the fucking elf dude from Sword Online from season 1, like the creepy dude that just doesn't want to take an L.
That guy.
Yeah, like yo, I don't care if I lost. I'm not gonna lose the war. I'm like, but bitch, you literally just lost the battle. Just stay down. He's like, nah, I'm gonna still find it. I'm gonna still find a way. I'm gonna find the last fucking the last thing up my sleeve. I'm like, but you just stay dead. Exactly, like just stay there. But no, Julius had to escape. He's like, I have a trump card. I'm gonna sell my soul and I'm gonna get you, bitch. Me, I'm like,
literally.
They don't care about you.
There, it's just insane how he got away. I don't know.
Exactly, like you have a whole kingdom at night. Like really?
Yeah, to also end up like whatever he got away, but to be able to make it to where the item was being held and like just
Literally.
That's
I don't
under
know.
the kingdom. I'm like, this is definitely plot. That's
Yeah, it's for the plot. It's for the plot, but still, like, it is kind of like that was probably the one thing that irked me with the episode because like the reunion and all that, like the things y'all mentioned, like I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
But, like that part, I'm just like shaking my head a bit, like face palming, like.
So
To be
I shake
honest,
my
this kingdom
head.
does suck, you know?
So I shake my
I
head
think
for
I'll
another
watch
scene.
the episode.
The other thing I shake my head for was when they all did their spirit of the fusion and the big giant casting went over the whole continent. I laughed when Philia was like, "Wait a minute, it's only half. I can't do the other half. I need to go somewhere." I'm like, shouldn't you have realized that? Like, there's literally a whole dark cloud of purple right near your kingdom, for sure. Like, I kind of shake my head for that. I'm like, you kind of should have realized that, but still kind of cute how like it literally went half of the symbol, and I'm like, it should have been obvious, but sure. But Grandma, you also had something to say.
I said, I think when I was watching that episode, I think Nate was there. I remember, I think what I said was, this episode was really good as long as you take off the like last
Oh,
2
yeah, you
minutes.
did say that.
Yeah, of him escaping and everything, just feeling like, what the fuck happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
This
about
is
this
like-
episode.
It's predictable. It's a bit predictable. But
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
ending was predictable, but other than that, like the episode was solid for me. 9 out of 10. The next episode, I mean, the next series we're talking about was my episode of the week. This
I
one
just-
was like maybe top 3, top 4, but it was there.
I'm gonna be like, this is whatever, like this part with him getting away and all that, but like after the climax here, if he still somehow gets away or gets off, like, or they try to redeem him or something, like,
I hope that there's
No, I don't think
there's
he
no
gets
way to redeem him.
redeemed. I-
like at
His
this
father
point,
hates
there's
him
no
already.
way, right? After this,
Yeah,
there's no
no.
way.
Yeah, just die.
Well, wasn't the dad was going to execute him or something last
No,
episode? He's like, no,
he
you're going
exile him. I think he's just exile him.
exile.
Or put
Okay,
him.
okay.
Or
I
just
thought-
put him
I
in
mean,
prison.
he might want to execute him after this.
He was,
Yeah.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
was gonna execute him. He
He
said
was?
That's-
yeah, he said there's no getting away from the death penalty this time.
Yeah. Because
No,
he
okay,
did
never
too
mind.
much. Because
Yeah.
he was trying to kill his
Oh.
dad and his brother, bro. Yeah, that's bad.
Put him in
You
the middle of
know.
everyone, and dude, I'd love to see
It's
that.
time to kill him,
Oh,
bro.
that'd be
It's
great.
time.
But you
Yeah,
know,
it's that. Wait, what? Can I mention the aunt one more time? I love the aunt. Poor auntie.
What did she do?
Philia's mom. I don't know. I just wanted to shout her out again because she's great. You know, and that's all I want to say. That's all. And her parents should die too with Julius. That's it.
Speaking of people dying,
Oh,
No.
but did they though?
kids
I
dying,
wanna
right? Fuck them kids.
Hold on, I wanna go
Whoa.
first. I just want to say real quick, because I have put it on the Discord when I saw the episode. Last episode, I was fucking hyped as hell. And then, like, I know Apothecary Diaries is going to get better and better. But this episode, bro, that little meme I sent with, like, you know, like, super hot fire, it's like, oh, that was literally me the whole time. The bitch slap, old hand, bro. Fucking, I was going crazy with that. And then fucking Lolan, I was like, bitch, fucking bitch. But now I'm starting to see where the strings are being like kind of like moved and everything. Like there was a puppet master, now I'm thinking it's not puppet master anymore. And now I'm like, maybe there's still a puppet master. I don't know. Like now I'm starting to see like the reason why Mao was there the whole time. Like shit. I don't know. I'm more upset than anything out of this whole episode. Like that my one co-host here didn't put his number 1 as episode of the week. He put his number 2, but that's whatever. That's for later on to say. Damn, I really wish you put his number 1, bro. It was the best, bro. How did you not have felt for Mao or like everything's going? I was going crazy. I was like, oh my god. But
There might be more stuff coming up next week's episode, so maybe that's why there's more things cooking. Possibly.
it was good.
Exactly.
It was good, but the problem is, Vigilantes just hit more this week. Bro.
Yeah, for him. Yeah, it's just hit more for him. There's nothing wrong with that.
crazy.
But this episode of Apothecary Diaries was my episode of the week. This was solid. This was great.
Same
We
here,
have
same here.
Revelation, Mamao. I love how Mamao, her inner monologue was like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about these guys, but this bitch is pissing me off. How can I piss her off like she's pissing me off? Like her inner monologue was just straight up like, yo, how can I piss you off because you're pissing me off? Your voice, your breath, you just nagging these motherfuckers are pissing me off. What can I just call you? She just said, yo, old hag, shut the fuck up. And she just said, what?
Last episode, I was like, bro, she's an old hag. And then what did fucking Mama, what did Ako Yuki just say? Like, it just went into the universe. Like, you know what, Crash? I hear you, my boy. I'm gonna speak it into existence.
Damn.
Hey, yo, old hag.
They went into the recording booth, change up the voice and the subtitle, and change it just for you, Crash. Just because of that reason. They heard you talking that, and they changed up the subtitles.
Crazy. I called that shit a mile away.
Nah, but that was great. The craziest part about this episode, also knowing the ending. Obviously, if you guys seen the episode, you guys already know we're talking about. KOWLOON and them save the slave and the workers that were working there. She also freed some of the people upstairs, but then some kids died? Question mark? Did y'all think so?
What I was telling
you, she said it was medicine.
Yeah. Mixed with poison, though.
What I was telling you,
why wouldn't you just say it's poison, though?
Any medicine is a poison if you ingest enough of it.
Yeah, true. We have learned that from Mama. She has said that herself. You're right. The question is that this happened so fast as well. I also want to acknowledge that, but Gremlin did tell us that during the during the watch along that
all I said was, "Are you sure they're dead?" That's all.
No. Wait, that's not even what I was bringing up. Because I questioned that this feels like it's happening so fast in this whole episode. Because in the previous one we saw Lacan and Jinshi talking and saying, hey, let's go attack them. And in this episode, I was like, why is it happening? Like what happened previously, I felt like it's just happening so fast. But Gremlin explained that there is like a time skip where she's been there for a month at least by then, and by the time they attack.
You could tell when she was making the medicines and stuff.
I think he even said it was implied it was a couple weeks have passed.
At first, it didn't feel like it. At first, it didn't feel like it because until I believe the snowy, when the time lapse and the kid wondering where her mom was, but the mom was going through a tranquility event. So then finding out in this episode, like, hey, the mom probably passed all away, the parents and everything, including the kids, probably again, because like our boy Memory said, they're taking medicine. They're going to sleep, of course.
Yeah,
I have gone through it.
When we were watching, I was saying like, okay, if they actually are like the one character that like would be Kyo, I think his name is. Like he would be the one, if anybody was gonna survive. I feel like with how they've kind of like went about his character, right? He would be the one that I feel like would somehow still make it out. Like maybe not those other kids that were there, which would suck still, don't get me wrong. But like I feel like if anyone was to make it out of it, hopefully they all do, hopefully it is just like a medicine or as they've been talking about like the whole resurrection thing or whatever. That's obviously been a big topic of this. But like hopefully, or I was thinking like, okay, I can't see Kyo being like him being dead. Like maybe the others, but not him. I guess we'll have to see. But because they made him out to be an important character.
You are right about that. But also, Mangard gave a good reasoning that in most battles, in most war, usually there is no left survivors when you're a traitor or when you're gonna do a coup. Usually everyone has to die because anybody can still be a traitor. They're not gonna keep anybody or slaves and everything. So most likely, like KOWLOON thought, and why she free everyone of any survivors is because most likely anybody and everyone in this compound except Mama will get killed because all of them and the old hag kind of betray the emperor and the people from Jinshi. So that's my assumption.
They should have went about his back.
That's why it's so like messed up and so sad that like this option was the most peaceful option, like for them, for the kids in that situation, right? Because
this is all of Jinshi just to stop the coup, of course, but also to get Mama back. Those are two reasons why we're trying to do this invasion, because to stop the coup and just to get Mama, because she's important enough for Jinshi and also for her actual father and her uncle. So it's like that's how much important Mama is, and this coup that's been brewing for the past couple of months, I believe, that they were trying to set all this up. Or years.
Like we're talking about the kids, we're talking about all you said the slaves and all that are gonna be freed. You think Shisui's gonna die? Or KOWLOON?
I've been thinking about that one. I don't know. That one's kind of hard.
She has to, right? I mean, going by this, like going by what we're.
You're
we're
right,
about here,
but
like, she's toast. She's toast. I mean, even with how this episode went, like, yeah, it did feel like that. Like it felt like a parting, kind of like a last conversation, right? Or like that, like especially like the scene where she smiled, right? When after Mama like called her Shisui and all that, like that, like felt like, oh, like this is probably the last time they may see each other.
My 10-second comment is Lolan will die, but Shisui will live. That's my comment. I think the persona of Lolan, that who's a princess and everything like that, I think she will lose her name and everything. Like she will lose the identity. Like that name is gone. She will lose her title. Girl will not become a concubine. But the girl Shisui,
so she'll get to live the life
that she wanted.
She's wanted to live.
Yeah, wants to live. That's maybe a gift or maybe something Mamau will ask for Jinshi. Like, hey, this was something the old hag has been planning. Lolan and the other girl, they were kind of baited or forced to do this. You could kill the bitch again if you want to kill her. But Lolan, you could destroy her identity, but let her become a Shisui. That's just my theory / guess. I don't know if Man God want to correct us since he has read the source material or guide us or give us any.
I'm just asking, how would that happen? Like, do you think Jinshi would let her go?
I was gonna say that's kind of wishful thinking. Like I just feel like
again, I'm just theorizing. I don't know too much.
No, I like that idea.
I don't know too much lore history in back how things worked during that time of our world. I don't know how we'll go, so I'm not a full strategist type of general to kind of guess where would it lead to, but that's my guess as character aspect. I don't know how we'll get there in the context. We will see in the next 3 episodes, but
let me just say feudal China was very ruthless.
That part I do know.
And like a part of me is like, okay, like we know how Jinshi and Mao Mao are, right? But like I don't even think anything Mao Mao could say or do would change. Like,
true.
I just don't know. Like, I would hope that maybe Mao Mao could say or do something to where, like, you know, she survived. But I don't know. Like, given the circumstances, you would just think, like,
but okay, also, we forgot something. Jinshi right now is not in the position as Jinshi as a eunuch. He is going to be presuming, I assume, the role as maybe like the emperor or brother, like he
we get to the
so if he lets Lolan live,
it will make him look bad. I think as well.
How would that make him look?
Exactly. So I think that will make him look bad as well. So it's kind of tough pickle until
she'll be fine.
Unless they put her away on some remote like location. Like
I'm not even on
grid.
that wave, you guys.
Off the grid, bro.
Okay, Crash, talk to us. Where are you in what wavelength before we next to our Isekai world? What world are you in?
It's like you guys are talking about that, and it is back in my mind too. But like me and Grem, like I was talking to him about some stuff, but like because of that conversation, I was thinking about more things. And my thing now is like thinking on this conversation, Isla and Island, you know, the Westerners, the
two girls, yeah,
twins,
we haven't seen them.
How do they play now into the story now that things are unfolding? Are they still, you know, these puppets that are like, you know, in the shadows still like performing these things?
Like, a good point.
Now that people are talking about them, and I personally like you seen them not too long ago in the episode. Like they were there when the
Mama did see them
with the you saw one of them.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them.
So my thing is like, you know, like what is their influence? Why do they want to like really change the way like they're supporting you know the old hag in a sense, but what's a means to an end, I assume, but for what? And I'm genuinely curious. I'm trying to see like outside the box, like all the other perspectives of other things, because like you guys are looking at like the main things, which is great. I like that, and I really do want to find out too. But there's also other outside perspectives that we're not looking at and not addressing that we needs to be, because the show is also ending too. And I personally would want to know if they are going to like scheme more in the future, or they're going to be stopped here in season 2.
I mentioned Lolan, but even like Sure too, like her as well.
Like I said earlier, girl could just die again. Girl could just die.
Like actually die.
Yeah.
And to that, right, I was gonna say like my thing with that with the poison was, you know, Mao Mao was trying to learn like the immortality potion. Maybe she can make it for the kids and bring them back to life. Who knows? Realistically, maybe that's why she was there all along. Or because she knew like I'm sorry that what was her name? the young girl. I'm sorry. Well, sorry. She knew that all this was gonna happen, and she knew if she didn't bring Mao Mao to like bring her along to save these kids, because she knew I guess like eventually they were gonna get caught, and the only way like she knew that probably everyone's gonna die, but maybe she could be saved by an apothecary, and the only person that she could bring was Mao Mao. I would assume, I don't know, but that's the only logical reason I can think why she's there. Otherwise, why else besides just bring somebody that is apparently of a higher class that could instigate a war in China?
I feel like it would be really risky, but like say if they did kill them off, right? Like I mentioned Lolan and the Sure and these other characters like that. Like
yeah, Lolan. Sorry.
If you did have the resurrection thing, right, and you did, bring them back or whatever, or you just don't actually like. I just feel like that's risky, still to like. Say if they did resurrect them, to like if they were outed again, or if they found out that they were still alive, right? Like after like, because the only way I feel like it would kind of work is like if they did, and then they put them on some like they would have to be like off the grid, like literally, if they survived. I feel like, because or at least it would just make Jinshi, it would make him look bad. I just don't know if that's like the ideal scenario. But there's probably obviously something we're not thinking about that could end up happening, or like I said, she's just toast. But yeah, it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot.
It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
It's good.
But no, Mama was awesome in this episode. Like,
bro, eating the snakes was
the snakes,
hilarious.
that shit, like that was awesome.
She wild.
She was rubbing.
She is.
I was like, damn, do I need to eat some snakes too? Like shit, baba.
I love the security guard. He came by, scared as hell. She like, is she alive? Is she alive? And she just see her just snacking like.
Oh, actually,
what's up, bro? What's up, bro? You good?
You got some salt, brother?
Yeah, like, hey, got some salt on you? Yo, his face like, why would I get some salt on me, girl? I came to get you alive, bitch, get the fuck out. Like, it's okay. I'm gonna just roam around the castle.
Yeah.
Remind me again, Gremlin, because I did peep something, and I think I remember, I don't remember. Lolan, right? She was like eating the lantern plant or whatever, or like they were talking about something like at the very end. Yeah. There was abortion, right?
Well, she just drank it to prevent it, right? Because she didn't want to get pregnant, bro.
Yeah.
She like, hell no, bro.
Okay, I just want to be like, it was implied. I just want to be sure, like, that's what I understand.
Yeah, it was implied this episode that the reason the envoy even came wasn't to get a poison or abortion drug for anybody else. It was for her so she could buy it, so that she could make sure she doesn't have a kid.
Yeah. Which it just worked out for other people, right?
Yeah, it worked out for other people.
Yeah, so that's
a lot of like. I know that part was kind of a big deal, but like some of the episodes I feel like before that we maybe didn't point out as much, like the haunted stories thing, like that episode like got called back to in this
grandmother.
Episode. Yeah, like that episode.
Like everything ties in.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that episode at that time. Like it wasn't really anything too crazy, but like.
No, you guys at the time were saying, "Oh my God, Lolan just tried to kill everybody," and it's like, no, this whole thing was set up to kill Lolan.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Here, bitch.
She said it too. She's like, I almost died.
I almost died listening to the scary stories.
I was like, no, that makes a lot of sense now.
I guess for me, like the only other thing
circle
that didn't come full circle for me is like this one kind of shot that it was like Gokyo's like right hand, like her girl, like that. There was one thing where she looked kind of sus, and it's never been brought up. So I don't know. That's another thing I noticed since that episode, and I was waiting for it to be brought up, but I guess it never did. And I do wonder what her situation or whatever that's going on is going to be brought up about.
I think we're gonna get more of that later.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be fun for me to see, because I've been sus of her this whole time of something. I don't know what, but I'm like, you had this one little face you made when you saw something, and it's never been brought up. So yeah, that's been great.
I love how much, especially as a reader. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good.
but I love how much stuff is being seeded through that has nothing to do with this current like arc. Like there's so much stuff being seeded, and I'm not gonna say anything, but there's a lot of stuff that's been seeded, and you're like, I forgot about that. And I guarantee you by next season or the next season after that, you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, I forgot about. Wait, that was in season 2. Wait, that was a moment in season 1. It's like, there's a lot of shit going on in the background.
That kind of reminds me of a series that Mega Grem made us watch. That he took us, 2-3 months to watch it, but I was actually watching 3 seasons in 1 month, called Ascendance of the Bookworm.
Yeah, Bookworm was really good.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that concept of how some things that were mentioned in season 1 were brought back in season 3. That was actually, a little nice follow-up, kind of foreshadowing. So it kind of reminds me of that, of the way you're talking about Apothecary Diaries. And you can tell when a series is adapted well, they know what they're doing because they're planting seeds of what things could be brought up in future much better. It could be director choice or it could be creator choice, advising the animation and the writer team for the animation. So both ways works. I'm just happy to see that when the series could be adapted well and could get that little extra nugget.
I think one last thing I want to bring out is, of course, for me, right, last episode with Lacan and Jinshi and all that was really fun to see. But also another thing with Mao Mao and Shisui, right? Like, their friendship, she was worried. She was like, well, I actually opened up to Shisui, man, and now seeing all this, I'm like, she's just like, well, who is she really? Do I really know her? Or what? Because Mao Mao, like Mao Mao doesn't open her heart to people, guys. Like, which I was like, that was really my favorite part of last episode. But of course, the Lacan and Jinshi stuff was awesome. I'm a Lacan simp, so oh my god, it was so cool.
Oh yeah. And then, we brought that up last week when I think said that
did.
Look,
he got on his knees for another man, and no other man has done it so far.
But yeah, and even this episode, like going back into Shisui and Mama's relationship, look, Shisui really does love Mama. Like, they care about each other, and even Mama just calling her Shisui, she was so happy. She was like,
she's like,
hey girl,
that's me.
That's my name. That's me. But yes, I really do love their friendship and just their dynamic. I really do love it. And we finally got, she definitely can't see. She's colorblind. So that's like that key moment I mentioned with her fox being green. I was like, yeah, so she's colorblind. Yep. Alrighty. So yeah, that was a really cool, lot of cool stuff in this episode with Apothecary. It definitely was one of my top episodes this week because it was just phenomenal. So,
same.
Yeah. It was great. I'm really excited for these last few episodes because it's about to go down.
Yes, it is. And for that, I'm gonna use that transition because we had a good 20-minute conversation about Apothecary Diaries. So it shows that's great. But you know what else has not been great? Is the Isekai Fantasy honorable mention. Because to me, I don't got much to say when it comes to the Isekai Fantasy world. Does anybody got anything to bring up? Cause look, I have my good episodes, but to me, like, Unaware Meister, hey, if you have a problem to not let people finish talking and just have your own assumption, you could call people a pedophile.
Pedophile.
Yeah. And the father was like, hold on, bro. You got it wrong. And he just keeps going like, you cannot treat your daughter like this. I love how everyone's like, this bro was not listening.
Don't put your hand up, Crash. Don't.
You can't love your daughter. Doesn't mean you can't love your daughter. You don't have to like this girl just because she looks like a little kid. You don't have to be a pedophile. You could do better.
That's insane. Well, let's talk about Last Crusade, because my God.
Fucking third place in the anime corner, bro. Oh, you don't understand how. So I will just say real quick, the animation was fucking dog water to me. I was actually really upset. I'm waiting months.
I saw some clips that shit looked awful.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so upset. Like, I waited how much time for that? I was. The story is why I'm still watching it. Not the animation. Yeah, you have Alice, who has lost everything, and she really loves Izuka. She really does not want to fuck with this man right now. Like, she's just like, please leave. I don't want to fight you, bro. I don't want to fight you. Like, in this moment where she potentially might have lost her mom, her sister, her fucking kingdom. Like, she's literally losing everything, and now she about to lose the man of her dreams. Fuck out of here. So they fight. She gives her all, and then it seems like, she can't do it. And he's out here telling her, like, look, I'm not your enemy. I don't want to fight you. I'm on your side. I'm trying to do the right thing because that's what we're here for. You got to remember the promises we made. We got to be better than the past that our empire and our kingdoms are like. So now they're in agreement. She understands. She's happy for that. You know, she was a little upset that she was crying and this guy made her cry, whatever. But I'm glad that it came through, that they were still cool together. And we got a little bit of lore with her mom, with the queen, and this guy, I forgot his name, but the buff guy. We got the lore about like how like pretty much history repeats itself. How like, you know, the same situation happened with Alice and Iska with, you know, her mom, the queen, and this guy, where like, you know, they were fighting each other. They had like this like, I don't know how to say like good and bad guy kind of thing, like assassin temper thing, that you can't be together, but we are together kind of. And like, you know, you have now that moment where like somebody dies, somebody really important dies, and now you're at a moment where like, you know, you're technically the enemy, I'm technically the enemy. Like what happens now? I have to fight you now because I have to kill you, and I don't want to because, you know, I think I love you, but you know that they're seeing the same shit happening over again. But now we're looking potentially the cycle's gonna be broken. We're gonna see now what's gonna happen with the team, with Sisbel. We don't know where the fuck she is. I hope she's better. She's like in some like purgatory area. I don't know why. She was in the bed in the middle of fucking nowhere, so that's kind of weird. No etchiness still, which is kind of upsetting, and the animation's getting dog water. But I'm here for the story, damn it. I'm here for the fucking story. So number 3. I'm glad I was able to watch it. It was my top of the fucking week until Apothecary Diaries came out.
Of course,
so
of course.
That's a lot for me.
That's normal. Because I also want to give another shout out to, I left an A-ring party to help my former students reach the dungeon dev. The only thing I want to give a shout out to, yo, anime, you blue balls us. This man was about to kiss all his 6 wives in any physical.
Oh, that was dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, I was dirty, bro. Bro, I was happy.
5 of them.
Sorry, you're right. 5 of them.
He's not gonna kiss the child.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. The 5 wives, he kissed Rain, of course, but the other ones he couldn't.
That one, yeah.
I was happy because when me, Man God and Memory were watching, when he kissed her, I noticed like the purple type of outline going around. I'm like, wait a minute. Huh. But then I'm like, if he might do that during the other girls, I don't think the guys hurt me. When it actually happened, we were all like, oh shit, it's gonna happen. The next scene, they just fucking did it off screen. And I was like, you motherfuckers.
The next scene, they're like, so did you do the thing? And he's like,
yeah, of course. Don't ask too many questions.
That's literally a staple. That's literally a staple, I feel like, in like harem, like you know,
teach
shit. Like,
one to the main wife and don't see it to other side chicks.
Like, yeah, like I just feel like that's like just a thing, but
Runtroll did it better.
they just skip that.
Yeah,
Bro, has whole full ass episodes where all he's doing is fucking kissing his girl.
But I was going to give a shout out for that. I'm curious to see how they're gonna fix this arc by episode 24, because I don't know if the manga's still going. I don't know if it's going to be a one season anime or if there's still more. Because the way this arc looks like it's about to end, it looks like they're going to solve the solution of how to get rid of the dungeons, because it looks like they're kind of coming to like a catastrophe way of ending the world with all the dungeons turning black holes and you got to somehow fix them. So I'm really curious to see how that goes. Also,
you said you were sus of the uncle.
Yeah.
And also, like, what was it? The Benwood, I think, was his name. Like,
you said bend over what?
No,
Benwood.
Okay.
Yeah, so the uncle and then Benwood, like, they are gonna be dipping out, I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna be dipping out,
like,
going to the other dungeon by where they are, but they're gonna teleport because of his power or his special
and they're the only
skill.
2 that can.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the uncle. Like, he came out of nowhere. He also looks young. He doesn't look like our old friend guy that looks like a whole great beard, scar and everything. So I'm like, why does he look old, but you look like you've been trapped inside a time vortex and have not aged? You look questionable, and I don't like that. When a character comes out spontaneous and has no explanation and chooses not to explain why they have not been here, I'm sorry. You are immediately not trustable. No trust value is earned on my end.
Yeah, I get that. So, yeah, especially just how he did come out of nowhere.
Exactly. Sure. And he didn't give no explanation. He's like, nah. We talk later. I will not tell you. I'm like, bitch, no. I would literally stop the whole meeting. I'm like, no. Meeting adjourned. I need this conversation, because if not, I'm not telling you nothing. You're getting out of this boardroom because I don't know who you are. You may be a ghost, a clone. You may be a person controlled by a demon. I don't know. I can't trust you. The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh. other Isekai fantasies, anybody wants to give a shout out to? I did catch up to I've been killing slams for 300 years max at my level. I finally caught up to the past 5 episodes. I don't have much to say other than is wholesome. There was a idol concert and a fox cuddle session. That's all I got.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
the whole Fox thing was pretty fun.
It was cute.
The concert was too. Yeah.
I love how the
We get
demons
on to
just
the
wants to
big ring.
torture her. I just love how the demons just wants to abuse her. That's it. Anybody? Oh, you know what? I don't know if you guys want to put this in an honorable mention or want to have a full conversation. But Grem, I'm sorry. I really am. I fucking tried to continue the beginning after the end, and I'm sorry. I watched episode 6. Was it my fault for watching at 1 o'clock in the morning and already half baked and half tired? Yes. Could it be my fault? Yes. But still, 1 a.m. Watching an Isekai that I love Isekai. I love fantasy series, and I watched episode 6 and I watched episode 7 and I fell asleep on both and I still don't remember. All I know is that they escaped the elf or something. I know I need to rewatch it or maybe glance over it, but I just couldn't sit through it. I tried. I probably might read it one day or something. I'm gonna still try to watch since this is also a fucking double core for the summer season. God damn it, remember that was the 24.
That was number 4. I knew it was 4 anime, so that's the 4th one. There you go.
That was the other one.
I told you I wasn't lying. There's a couple
no.
this season.
Not that you wasn't lying. My brain just chose to forget that the beginning after the end had 24 episodes. My brain just my brain chose to forget. But I'm sorry, man, God, I'm gonna still try, but I just have no hope. I'm gonna do my best. I have no hope. Anybody got any thoughts for the beginning of the end to leave as honorable mention, or you guys want to add more thoughts and make it to a full conversation?
I think you can leave it as the honorable mention. I mean, the biggest thing in the episode, like I did feel like I did feel like this was one of the better episodes, honestly. Episode 10, especially because especially when he put that fucking the conjurer, like when you put him in his place. Like that shit was actually pretty.
His fucking arm.
Very good.
That was a nice scene. I will admit that was.
Like, hey, you think you're trying to get my baby? Hell no! Don't touch my baby, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name that ability for y'all. He used Realm Heart for the first time. Look at him. Yeah.
Hearts.
Cool.
I mean, dude,
Lionheart.
the way it shook like the whole everybody in that place, like it might have been even further. Like, was that just in that one area contained, or did other people outside feel?
Oh, that was just him releasing his murderous intent.
Okay. I wonder how far that expanded though, or if that was just in that the auction house or whatever.
I think that shit expanded. I think people were like, oh fuck.
That would be.
Did someone say domain expansion?
I feel like that would have made the scene so much harder if it just cut to random ass people in the town square. What the fuck was that?
Yo, chat. I just also want to remind you. I know we're on a Isekai, but remember he used to watch JJK season 1. He chose to watch 3 other animes instead of JJK. Remember when I said JJK is a sleeper? Look at that, he slept on it. So yeah,
like I said, I'm tired of the slander. You guys keep saying I watch less animes. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna catch up. So I have 3 animes.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be up to date with.
How about you watch some better stuff and drop JJK anyway?
Shoko testing, it will be next.
Isekai, anybody has thoughts for the Evil Lord of the Intergalactic Empire, episode 10? Anybody got thoughts?
Also, one more thing with Arthur. When he asked that question to the king, how much did you tell your children?
That was cold.
That was hard. That was hard too.
That was cold. You want it so bad? How much would you sell your kid to me?
Literally.
Dude, yeah, there was
nice line.
Dope moments. There were some dope moments in this episode. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you're starting to see how cold Arthur is.
Yeah,
Arthur is cool, bro.
Damn, that's cold to read it. That's a cold person to read.
That's crazy. Well, all right. Well, since we got done with that, evil. Anyone evil?
Evil Lord. The whole episode was a freaking high octane. Fucking dude, I love this shit, man. This is what I live for, bro. It's a giant space battle. The whole fucking episode, bro. Yeah, I mean, dude, it was so.
If you guys thought I was talking about Crazy Bitch in the Two Perfect Saint Mia, we got another a crazy ass chick called Christina. She came out psycho. She said, "I'm gonna murder you, motherfuckers. I'm gonna kill you."
Bro, she was like, "We're here to save you, Prince Liam. We're here to save you,
and a transition.
Liam. We're here. Oh, there's pirates. Murder them all."
Oh.
I just feel like just go murder mode. It kind of reminds me of, if anybody remember the scene of Peter Parker with a Spider-Man suit, when he was all friendly and neighborhood, but then the AI robot said kill mode, and they just switch.
Oh god, what's happening?
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. Go back.
But still fun show. Intergalactic Evil Empire, still fun show. That's all I gotta say. It's still entertaining. Like, there's nothing to speak about. This man just literally did a whole fucking galactic slash across the whole fucking space of and destroy the whole side.
He grew his arm like he was Quagmire. He had the big old right arm.
Yes, great reference. Quagmire, yes.
He was like, whoa.
And just slash.
And I'm not talking about the Quagmire Rudius. I'm talking about Quagmire from Family Guy.
Yes, sir. I mean, I think we all know about that meme. You got at this point. You gotta. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Exactly.
But I'm the man gun. If I say Quagmire at this point, you gotta assume I'm talking about Rudy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that would be valid.
Well, I don't got more thoughts about Evil Lord.
No, it was fun. Like there's some stupid things in it, but it was like, I don't know. I had a fun time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah,
I was surprised that the whole episode though was literally just one huge battle in space. I was like, we didn't really have anything else. I was kind of surprised by that.
I think this is actually
I'm not
in my
complaining.
top 10 this week.
It was in mine. It was in mine for sure.
I believe it was in my top 10 as well. Yes, it was my top 10. Yeah, my top 10.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. It has all of us in top 10. But you know what else we could discuss? The rom-com.
Love is in the air.
Love is there. Romance and comedy. Rom-com. We're here to talk about it. Anybody got any honorable mentions? If not, we could just jump straight into KOWLOON.
Aharen-san was very boring. All you need to know is Misuki was just battling her inner demons of whether she wants to stay doing sports, or I think it was maybe something being an artist. It was cute, but nothing crazy. Made. Next.
All right,
I genuinely don't remember the Aharen-san episode.
I haven't seen this since like 5 episodes ago.
It was karate. That was it.
Oh yeah,
family
he was
for you?
fighting people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shounen family. What am I gonna do on a weekday when I really want to run away from everything? Let's go to fucking Mount Fuji. Woo!
Wait a minute. Did they go to Mount Fuji with all the sisters?
No, it's just a pink hair girl.
Just the one.
Just one.
She ran away.
His twin.
Wait.
She can't accept her.
They ran away? They ran?
She ran away. I'm gonna take a trip. I'll be back in a few days. Didn't come back. Cut class. Everyone's scared. Big brother's like, don't worry. I'm gonna go find her. Fritz, yeah. I'm gonna tread in the middle of the night, finding her alone in the cabin. Like, okay, well, let's sleep next to each other. Why you leave?
What's that?
Man.
7 shuttle stops? Exactly 1 hour.
The 7 minutes to heaven? What?
No. 7 shuttles. Oh my god. It's not incest, Bass. God damn it. It's not incest. I'm telling you, it's Cookie. She's like, you know what? I'm trying to deal with these feelings. I don't know how to feel.
Are we sure it's not incest?
Chat, I don't know. If you have to defend the
sure
series, means that it's questionable. Anyway, any more
This
thoughts
guy's a
about?
hater, bro. I swear to God.
No.
No,
Okay.
Shiunji family was really good for sure.
Copy.
But let's dive into
It gets
some
zesty.
goated shit. Talk about the
Okay.
KOWLOON. Was getting mighty KOWLOON out in here.
Look.
Yeah, honestly,
Look, sir.
one of the more weaker episodes.
I know. Look, I'm gonna just say, this episode was an 8.2 for me. It was very solid. It's in my top 5, I believe I have in my ranking. Speaking to the landlord was a no-no, but fucking Kudo keeps saying, yo, you cannot go there. You cannot go by yourself in the side of town, which is pretty interesting. We finally get questions on the talisman. I'm glad that she asks this too. Like, hey, you know what I never wonder? What does this talisman do? I'm like, bitch, I've been wondering too. Why is all these talisman on the fucking wall? Nobody asking the question I'm asking. Nobody answering the question. But finally she asked, the old lady there's a landlord. Also, she's questionable because she said, are you ready to gamble on life? Interesting line that she said to Kujira. That was pretty interesting.
Kujira B.
Yeah, we also have the talisman having 4 or 3 forbidden, two or three like code words or code numbers that reaches something. But the last one that she grabbed at the end, it said, "Stop looking what you're looking for." So it's pretty questionable in the aspect that if somebody has access to
communicate.
Yeah, like trying to communicate.
Yeah.
Like, is that the Genetera? Because the white dude that has the white hair said that you could become somebody else or turn back to somebody, and Xiaomei asked, "How do you do that?" And the guy with the white hair said, "You could do it from the Genetera." So again, somebody brought up Genetera is the questionable thing that nobody is asking or looking up. Is the thing that causes the midsummer all the time, because our girl Xiaomei finally remembered what she was forgetting.
Well, I think that
Then she ate some shit. Or
No.
She
The
ate
chocolate is
shit, and
helper.
yeah, it was the chocolate from outside.
Yeah,
and
because the chocolate was
I think
from
she ate it.
the
She
chocolate from Hong
remembered
Kong, right?
everything.
It was from that guy when they were at the internet cafe and he gave her chocolate or something like that, I think. I
Yeah.
remember he
Most
gave her
likely,
candy.
yeah.
But
But still a
what I
great
will
shot.
say
Talk to us.
is some crazy shit. We got I'm thinking and I kept getting interrupted and now I lost where I was thinking.
Yaomei with like the chocolate
Kudo?
remembering. We're talking about the talisman.
No.
Glasses.
So I think the reason that this place is stuck in midsummer is because that's when Reiko killed herself.
So,
Sure,
I
sure,
think
sure.
it's been,
Yeah.
I
You
think it's
think-
been stuck?
so you think she's the causator or like the
Well, no, I
epidemic,
still think Kudo's
like-
the cause. I think Kudo's the cause, but I think Kudo's doing it. I guess Kudo is the reason that the Genetera created this place and all the generics, but like I guess he's not the root cause. I think the root cause was Reiko killing herself, right?
Yeah, because we
So-
also saw Xiaomei seeing his old version of herself as a kid still,
Himself.
and she
disappear.
and that didn't disappear still. So even Gwen is confused, but I think it's because Xiaomei became a different gender and Xiaomei in the past.
I don't think
No,
it's
they're,
like
they're
that.
still a guy.
I think they're the same gender. I think he was a
Yeah.
guy when he was smaller, but he
Just
just
cross-dressing?
he just
Oh,
cross-
cross
Yeah,
dressing? That
he-
makes
Okay,
sense.
to cross
He
dressing.
likes,
Okay,
he
but
likes
And I think-
fashion, so yeah, so
Right.
he just loves all
Zesty.
that.
okay,
And
that
I
makes
think-
sense
And I
then.
think the reason why they can both exist at the same time is because Kudo doesn't know that they're the same person. It's not Kudo's perspective. That's what I'm saying. I think everything is based on Kudo's perspective.
Oh.
That's why some buildings are falling away because he doesn't remember those buildings. Or maybe he has friends that remember that they're destroyed, and so it's altering it. That's also why the box with the cat wasn't there from fucking what's his face. Like there's so many things that aren't there or that were supposed to be there, that it's not there because I think Kudo didn't know about them, and I think that's what it is, right?
It's hard to tell because
Sure,
I
for
do
sure.
I do agree and support what you're saying, because it reminds me of our theories that we've been speaking about for the past couple weeks. That is it the Genetera doing this or is it Kudo being the cause? It's still questionable because I do agree with 100% what you're saying. It's more like, where does the Genetera fit into this? Because Genetera finally got brought up again as well. So it's like, how does the Genetera make this little small section into the big illusionist, and how does the Genetera connect to Kudo?
I think the generic Terra is picking up on like
Like the wavelength?
Kudo's feelings or something, or maybe Kudo is actively using the generic Terra.
That's where he probably disappears.
But maybe
we don't know.
But he doesn't know he is, or is that even would that even be possible?
Or he could. I don't think he knows, but there is the possibility that he does know. And he's doing this as like a way to punish himself, because like they were saying, it must be so painful for him to be around Reiko all the time. I think it may be that he's punishing himself, or maybe giving Reiko the life she always wanted. Like, he's punishing himself for never noticing she was in pain and never noticing that she wasn't like all there and didn't like that. Maybe because like the fact that she killed herself, maybe he's punishing himself for that. or maybe he's like trying to like give her a second chance, or maybe he could be punishing himself, he could be trying to give her a second chance, or he could be doing both.
I see where you're coming
he could
from.
be-
Because she did tell him, "I won't hurt you," and that changed his perspective of how he saw Kujiro be. Because the way that she said, "I won't hurt you," so it made it feel like, remember when Gwen said, "I never liked the other Kujiro because she was always surrounding by death," or the way she spoke or hung out, which is also pretty interesting because in the flashback, Kujiro always was smiling, always was in a good mood with Kudo. So I'm a bit confused as well with how. But it's also pretty interesting because the way us humans see everyone, we always know the face or the current version you're showing us. You don't always show the full 100% unless you're with the people that you trust and the people you're comfortable with. But that's usually most people. So for Kujira A, the one that died, she had a lot of people see her very differently. Kudo was in love with her, was happy, but Gwen saw her as toxic, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of perspectives and not only seeing certain things, if you guys look at the TV here, my picture is the picture of when Reiko takes the glasses off and you see the split, you see that smile, and you know that
was
hurts.
a cool shot.
That was a cool
Yeah,
shot.
And you
Greg.
know that hurts Reiko because she's like, I've never seen that. Like I thought I was able to see things that other people never got to see, but that is something I've never been able to see. And that's something he only showed to Kujirai B.
Yeah.
And it's such a good picture.
Yeah, that was really neat how they did that. The thing, like,
he's living alive right now. Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about Xiaohei, and it got me like, you know, we talking about like, oh, maybe like, you know, he was just like cross-dressing or whatever, but like I'm kind of like curious if like, say if that wasn't the case, you know, I guess this could just be with another person, right? Like if the generic version, no, like if the generic version of a person, like if they did undergo like a sex change, would you think would it still be possible that they could both still exist?
I think so.
Or would that
maybe
could be? It's a possible aspect in a scenario.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know if they're gonna like dive, or maybe there'll be something more revealed with Xiaohei. I don't know, but also the fact that I still don't like that whole bit that what they said it's 3 years, right? Like how much he grew in 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
right.
And they kept repeating that during this episode, during the segment, like it's been 3 years since the KOWLOON and everything. Because I was waiting also for Neko to speak, because I know she read the manga or know a bit of the source material. So I'm just like, we are 2 episodes left, right? 2 episodes.
3 episodes. 3 episodes.
Sorry.
3.
Yeah, 3 episodes. 3
It's
episodes
13,
before.
episode 10.
So we have one last arc of 3 episodes before we're done with the season, and this is supposed to wrap up the story in a anime only type of ending.
I don't see how it can end properly in 3
Yeah,
episodes.
like, we need an explanation next episode. Like this, like these next 3 episodes are going to be crucial.
Yeah, we're gonna get a big lore drop.
We have to.
Like in the next episode. Like there's gonna be a lot.
If
of
they
that,
give us like, I'm not saying filler, but if they give us like some stupid shit like a kind of breakaway from like what the main story really is, honestly, I might lower the score of the anime a lot. I mean, of course not, and I hope they don't. But like realistically, like we are at a point now where we have no information realistically. We're just going based off assumptions right now, and we're getting to a point now where like things are starting to slowly build up. They're figuring out a lot of things. But we're not knowing what's going on. So it's like, is it just trying to make us assume we're gonna be in that same position, like we're not gonna know for the rest of the anime, or is it gonna get to the point where the mystery will be solved, and then it's kind of like that's it? Like that's what I really want to know towards the end of this show. Like, I liked the fact that it kept that mysterious aspect of it, but now I'm getting to the point like, okay, now are we gonna get answers to these questions, or is it just that's the point? We're just gonna keep guessing and guessing until the show ends, and then we have to read the manga and then figure that out from there on.
Any thoughts, Neko?
My favorite parts of this episode, since there's a lot of rearrangement since last episode, since a lot of this stuff was supposed to be last episode, since so now they brought it into this episode, which was really cool with Zhao Hei. In the manga, like before, he's talked to Yulong about like, oh yes, I had a growth spurt, so in these 3 years I can't wear the same stuff I used to wear. And even in this episode, he confronts him, as you saw, like he shows him the TV. He's like, hey, man, you used to like this stuff. And that's what he was telling him. I'm like, what happens in the manga? He's like, what happens if you can go back into that body? Since your Zirconian isn't disappearing and stuff, you can actually like just put your memories in the Gentera and then just go back into that body, since you love wearing fashion. But he's like, no, I'd rather not do that because, she's her own person and I'm not, it feels wrong, right? Because Yulong is trying to get our boy to kill Kujirai, mostly because, since I think Nate mentioned this in the pod last episode, that you're kind of confused on his motive, basically. But it was kind of revealed his motive when he was talking to our girl Yame, that he wants to destroy this place because he's scared for Miyuki. He's scared that Miyuki's going to get consumed by this place, and he wants to destroy everything, basically, because he's like, no, our boy is just trying to get revenge in this place, trying to create the son for the Hebi dad. So everyone basically in Miyuki's life is trying to stop him, and he thinks this is his way of stopping him from getting that revenge, just by destroying the place. So that's why he's trying to recruit our boy, but our boy is kind of like feeling things. He's like, well, no, our Kujirai is kind of her own person. And then, of course, the cute movie with Yao Mei and him, which they're so cute. I love them. That he's like, no, I will let anything happen to you, my girl. And she's just like, oh, okay, all right. You kind of cute or whatever, which was kind of done better in the manga, which I loved it a lot. But yeah, there's just a lot of mysteries with that, and I really personally think that it could either go on the route, the anime basically could either go on the route that it's only Kudo or it's both Reiko A or Kudo, because there's other little points in the manga with other side characters that I'm very curious to see, like just even for manga wise how it'll end. But yeah, I'm just here to enjoy the little bits that I see from the manga, but otherwise I don't really know how this will end with all the stuff that they'll probably try to put in next episode. But I did like to see the memories from the glasses. That was really cool. I was like, oh, okay. So I don't know whether our Reiko A put that in the glass. Like that's really interesting. Just to only our Reiko can see the memories up in those glasses, and just the correlation with that. And
that's a pretty cool concept.
I did like it. It's really good. But like Gwen was always suspicious of her because they've always had talks, him alone with our girl, and she would be very ominous. Like he was like, "Are you happy with Kudo?" Because he loves Kudo a lot. He really cares about Kudo, so he was always on alert about her. And she's like, "No, I do love him. It's just, I like to have things not change." And he's very like spontaneous and very different. And a lot of things. Gwen would always talk to Kudo, be like, "Hey, you're." Look, do you really know her? Like, he's like, I don't know. She gives me some bad vibes, and so it was cool to see this episode that he's been kind of like alert on her. So when he saw the fake Reiko, he was even more alert because he's like, he's already been hurt again, and I don't want him to be hurt. And
that's the whole shit for real.
Yeah, you can't really let the homie hurt. Yeah, man.
He's like, if it's gonna be twice now, and I wasn't there for him the first time, I'm gonna stop it this time. But he knows that he's very different. She's her own person, so he's like, maybe you can actually be more real with him than the last Reiko was. But yeah, I think one of my favorite things last episode that was cut that I was really sad about was just mostly the symbolism with him reminiscing about him doing it with our girl Reiko. In the manga, he goes to a theater to watch basically a porn that Zhao gives him. He's like, hey, I'm here to, watch it. And little Zhao, right? She's like, well, why are you here watching porn alone after work or something like that? And he's just like, don't worry about it. And she gives him some beer, right? Some alcohol. And he starts watching the porn and reminiscing about them doing it. But then he's smiling. He's like, okay. And then he goes back and Zhao like, well, I ran out of beer. And he's like, wait, what? Why? And she's like, people be drinking it. So she gave a non-alcoholic beer, and he's like watching it again, and he's reminiscing, and then you see the silhouette of Reiko A show up, and he's like, I know. So just the symbolism there that's what he's trying to do with our fake Reiko, is trying to like delusion himself with the alcohol, which it kind of showed in the episode, but it didn't hit as hard. For me, it really was really nice in the manga. Just him, it's like basically what he's trying to do. He's drinking the alcohol and and which would be Reiko B, and he's trying to illusion himself to be like, this is the life I had with my other girl. This is like replacing her or whatever. And then drinking the non-alcoholic one is bringing him to reality that she's actually gone and stuff like that, which was really well done. I kind of knew they were going to cut it, so I wasn't really that surprised.
It kind of feels like his own type of self-jail or type of like type of birdcage. Is like he's giving his own jail and being his own warden by choice. It kind of sounds like that.
That's what I feel this KOWLOON is for. It's both. I do think 100%, like everyone else is thinking, is that he's the foundation of it. But I do think that because the Gentaro is taking very other things from different people and kind of contributing a lot of their memories or whatever regrets, that is putting into this place for the nostalgia, right? Everyone's nostalgic about anything. That's why, like a lot of characters in their stuff are being brought up in this KOWLOON. And I think it's like kind of connecting, like even with Miyuki, with his mom working at she used to work at like the hostess place, and that's why he has like a connection there. So a lot of stuff like that. I'm really excited to see how it develops, but I definitely think he is the foundation. But I think there is very other little pieces to it for sure. Like he is the foundation. I don't know why the Gentaro is using him as the foundation or how he did it, but he's definitely the foundation, but it has kind of like eloped to so many other aspects.
Let me say that real quick to answer to your question. Like, I'm still on this theory, and I'm going to hold on to it to the very end. If I'm wrong, it's whatever, but I really think Kujira B is playing a big part of that. I think somehow, some way, I don't know if she's part of the pharmaceutical company or she like is in cahoots or whatever, but I think she was looking for somebody to like kind of like make this whole thing happen. And so Kudo was just there, or maybe the pharmaceutical company had sent him there from Hong Kong, and like he was just like, you know, the pet project to like make it happen, whatever. But like I think like she rigged the game. I say that because I was mentioned before. Like I feel like she's rigging the game from the very beginning, and we're just not seeing how yet. And it's like she's like a cause and effect kind of thing, where it's like she needed to die for Kujo to feel the way that he is, for making the Gentaro kind of act the way it acts. I don't know. I could be very wrong. I mean, some of you guys are reading the manga more than me, but I want to believe she's playing a critical role. Like, it's not like she was just there in the past and then there's like a clone of her now there. No, there's more to her and her story than that leads on, and we don't know enough yet. And I'm very upset because it's like I said, there's only 3 episodes left, and like you can only say so much in fucking like 60 minutes, 65 minutes. So I hope we get that lore that we've been desperately asking for, because episode 13 is right around the corner, bro. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's like, if we don't get peak ass ending, I'm gonna be very upset, because I've been really enjoying this anime, honestly.
Well, Crash,
it's been great.
Funny how you spoke about peak ass ending. My question was to you: how do you feel about this peak ass ending of can a boy girl friendship survive for that major kiss? Talk to me.
Fucking speak. Let me fucking speak. First off, okay, our last crusade was episode of the week. Then this shit came out, and I was so ready to drop this shit. I was literally writing it on our Discord, like, guys, that's it. I'm sorry, I'm dropping it. And then I see the fucking ending, bro, and I'm like, nope, fucking episode of the week. And then Apothecary Diaries came out, and then I was like, okay, no, Apothecary, yeah. So that
girl said, "Fuck this choker." Fuck this friendship, something like that. I want your lips on me, and that's what she said. She said, I heard Grem like chokers. I'm taking this shit off. I'm a big choker less.
Then I said, yo, Grem's gonna be so upset when she throws it away. And but I'm serious. Like, okay, I can stick around for a while longer. By no means is the story getting better. I'm sick of this anime. But she kissed him. We finally got some kind of romantic development. Whether or not it was the right move is very debatable, up in the air. But somehow, some way, she finally got her feelings in order. She kissed him, and we're gonna see what happens next episode after that. That's
I'm just
all I can
confused
tell you, bro. Like,
by the title. The title series, "Can a boy girlfriend should survive?" By the end of episode 11, I mean, by the end of episode, well, this is episode 10. By the end of episode 10, I'm like, well, the friendship didn't survive because they just became from friendships to friends with benefits. One or the other might happen. So, like, this title is kind of wrong with the question mark. Because Can a Boy Girlfriend survive? That's a no. We got your answer.
That's a hell no.
In 10 episodes. We got your answer.
I mean, I know you guys not liking it. I personally said I love the ending for it. I'm just saying because we're just finding some kind of romantic development. Past that, it's still dog water. I really
want to ask.
Yeah.
Remember, you look excited that you want to talk about this episode. You look like you're just waiting to just find the rapper to jump in and be like, yo, this shit was my episode of the week.
I'm excited for it to be over. I'm excited for it to be over.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Bro,
like...
this is abyss fiction. I said it. It's abyss fiction. This is terrible. This is like one of the worst. This is... No.
Oh my god, the beer came out. Oh my god, the beer came out at this time.
The worst thing this season, bro. And
have you been saving it?
Bro,
have you been saving it?
I like Yami Healer more than this, bro.
That's
like,
Yami Healer? What the fuck is Yami Healer?
Dude,
holy shit, bro. Like, I like your Forma more than this.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be with you on that. Your Forma more better than this.
Yo. A big shout out.
Like, bro, like, oh my god, man. Like,
this was a great episode, but by no means is the anime great. That's what I'll say.
Like, yeah, she's being more assertive or whatever. Like at the end, right? Like she's actually being honest with herself. Like I'll give her that, bro. But like, I mean, dude, there's like an instance in this episode where she's like, why won't my feelings get through to him? Blah blah blah. Bitch, every time you talk to this dude, you're like, oh, I love you, haha, JK, or like, bro, like, what would you do if like I actually did want to go out with you, blah blah blah, haha, just kidding. What the fuck? And then you're on yourself about like, why doesn't he see how I feel about him? How come my feelings aren't reaching him? Are you fucking retarded?
Yo.
Sorry, that was uncalled for. But like,
right.
That was uncalled for. But like, no, it irks me so much. It pisses me off so much. Like, it's just terrible.
Look. I appreciate your frustration. To you, Grem, you're about to go next. A big shout out to the Discord server of Macho Waifu, because the people over there was also not to hate this episode, but just the way people was just getting mad about her personality and her choices. But Grem, talk your shit too. Express it. Or dear Graham.
Well, I would like to Shikanoko all over your Noko.
All right, next one. Yeah,
and next one, Neko. Any thoughts about Can a Boy Girlfriend? Neko.
Well, I just like the kissing, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm at that.
And then they start off the next episode. Haha, JK. Like,
yo, if they do, I would literally turn off. I would literally turn off the episode.
Look, all I care about at this point is that
oh my god.
If they do that, I would literally turn off the episode. If I watch it with you guys, I'll be like, turn.
At this point, is that you people finish this anime just so you can keep.
I'm just watching clips. I ain't seen a full episode. I'm watching clips, buddy. I am not putting a full episode on.
No, trust me, I'm not proud of myself that I made it through 12 episodes of this.
No,
I gotta figure out how to put an image on my background real quick.
I'm not proud of it. I'm not.
Do the next episode of Off the Bench. Do this next episode. We could brainstorm and have a production meeting to have things for background for the layout. All right, we can work on that next one. We can work. Thank you, dear. Appreciate you. So sweet. Anybody wants to talk about which watch? It seems like Can a Boy Girl. Nobody has any thoughts.
Yeah, we're done with that. We're getting out. All right. Well, I want to start with this one, but mostly because last episode, Vash, you had a question whether this was being adapted really like accurately or whatnot. You were questioning that. You were gonna ask our boy Travis.
Yes, I was gonna ask my boy Travis. I never got around to asking him that question, so I never got around to asking him.
Well, your girl here got to read it last week.
Since, you binge read it. You binge read it.
I didn't read it all. I've just been reading along because as I do every time when I watch an episode, I look on Twitter to look for images, and I was seeing something that the Japanese fans were talking about that. There's been some rearranging, and I was like, oh, okay, which I kind of thought so. Well, like last episode, you can see Nemu in the episode, like coming out of the school, because that's her school. Like when the people were talking, and he was trying to find like, or being able to talk normally to the other girl, like the textbook basically parody. the English textbook parody. And yeah, so they've been rearranging some things here and there, which is fine, to be honest. It doesn't really matter because they're trying to make the climax until the end of the core, which it makes sense. Like
yeah,
as
for
we
12
see in this
episodes and
episode.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe the series, I don't remember, it's 12 episodes for which
It's
one?
24.
Oh, 24.
It's just,
26,
yeah,
26, yeah.
or
Because
26, yeah.
yeah, because I cut off from episode 2 to 6. I'm still behind 7, 8, 9, 10. So I haven't cut off fully. No, I mean I watched episode 7, just haven't finished it. So either way, 4 episodes. Still entertaining, just not fully like a solid like 8.5, 9 show, but it's just the 3 episode or 2 episode arc or part A, part B story. It's just sometimes throwing me off because it feels like from the manga. Is it like that as well? Since you read it, I can ask you right now. Is it the same where they have a part A, part B still in one Shonen Jump chapter?
Not in just one chapter, but of course, right, in different chapters. Yeah, so they're just putting chapters together. Yeah, I mean that's just the style of comedies. That's just their thing. They do plot A, plot B, and plot C sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's been great. That is what they're doing. They're rearranging so all of the comedy is right now and introducing the characters also so they can get into the plot, and that is coming in these next coming episodes, like this episode and next episode. So it makes sense. I was wondering. And yeah, so now they introduced the student council, which of course was hilarious with all the tropes. That was hilarious. I did like the last episode too with the English textbooks and the other comedies. But yeah, I'm really excited for Wolf to be here. He's a good man. But yeah, I'm enjoying the show. It's just comedy central. And yeah, I love Nimue. Nimue's my girl. So Nimue was supposed to be introduced kind of by now if you're following the manga, but they're rearranging it so they can introduce other characters and not have the plot of that character that we see in this episode. So it makes sense because he was supposed to be in the episode of last week too. So they can't really do that since they haven't introduced him. So that's to answer your question, since I was reading it and I was like, oh, okay, that's why they haven't adapted it this way.
I appreciate you. Thank you, because that gave me a bit of informative in case audience as well want to know more about it as well. That was very useful information in case the panelists as well was caring about this information, because it's pretty useful. I will still catch up by the end of this week for the series, but I enjoyed the comic narrative. It's just that I was questioning like when I see titles and then I see one, then I see /1/, and one, I'm like, damn. Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you're not gonna be up for that, then that's fair. I mean, but
funny enough, this episode though felt like the most like kind of complete, I guess, like cohesive episode. It didn't really feel like it was split like how kind of some of the other ones it felt. Okay, which I was not too big. I'm not too big on the student council. I'm gonna be honest. Like some of the tropes, like some of the references were cool and all, like the JoJo, like of course the JoJo reference.
Nah, that was crazy.
Star Wars, like that stuff was cool. Like don't get me wrong, but like most of this episode, I was just like good thing Nemu came in this episode. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Because I feel like this episode was like maybe like around a 7 out of 10 episode for me, and it got a bump a little bit because of the Nemu content at the end. I know it was only like 5 minutes maybe, but like give or take. But yeah, some bits I liked of the student council stuff and the tropes and all that, but overall I wasn't like too into it, honestly. But I mean, that's just that, especially series of this nature, I feel like that's just gonna happen sometimes. Like certain like gimmicks or certain like bits are gonna hit more often than not. It's like, I know it's dinner table, like we brought that up, but we talked about that. Like the cases are, some you're gonna be into, some you're not. That's like the thing with this series too. Like some of the ways things are set up, like you're gonna either like if you're gonna be laughing, having a good time with it, you're gonna like it, and sometimes you're not. Yeah, sometimes like they're trying to get you with it, but like it's just not hitting. That's just what happens sometimes, right?
Comedy, right? It's not gonna be our comedy, but I love Japanese comedy, so it hits for me. I love it.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, some hit or some not.
So now we're going into the real plot these next episodes with this warlock and this guy. What?
I'm getting something interesting going on with this goddamn story.
Finally, some plot.
Finally.
But you know what? But you know what? The plot.
I heard warlock, and I instantly thought of Rosewall. By the way.
No.
When I hear warlock, I think of D&D, or I think of Warcraft.
Or Adam Warlock.
I think of Adam Warlock, yeah.
Adam Warlock as well. That's a good one too. But like we said, our last segment for Anime Spotlight is Shounen action. Anybody has any honorable mentions for YAIBA or Fire Force? Any other type of Shounen type of series?
I want to say something for YAIBA. The only thing I'm gonna say is we got freaking blue ball, dude. I was so hyped.
It makes sense though. You know how it is in Shounen.
I was so hyped at the end of the previous episode. I'm like YAIBA.
You know how it is.
I'm like YAIBA and Onimaru about to fight. Like this episode's gonna be fire, and then freaking they get trap doored, and then the end of this episode leads off with them facing off again. And
it's fine. We got mouth to mouth, and that's all that matters.
That was so
like,
cute.
bro, I want to be excited about next week.
Sir?
But like maybe they blue ball us again. But maybe that's
no.
If I don't raise my expectations, right? Like if I'm not as excited again.
Okay. He can't have another trapdoor, right? He can't have another trapdoor, you know.
Or that freaking I don't know. We'll see. But I am excited for next week again.
Dude.
I'm not as excited, but like I said, that might be a good thing because my guard is down a little bit. So if they blow me away next week, it'll be fine.
That's good. That's how the real you in. I have no thoughts for Fire Force since I haven't reacted with Watkins, so I haven't had the chance to watch with Watkins, so we haven't had the chance. We're gonna catch up on Tuesday for the last 2 or 3 episodes we have missed, so I'm gonna have thoughts in the following episode. I know. Give a second. I got you, Fire Force. You could give your quick thoughts on it. I'm gonna say my quick thoughts for One Piece. One Piece 1132 episode is fucking amazing. Kuma backstory. If you're in the mood to grab some tissues and start crying, you can, because we have this Kuma backstory with our girl Ginny. You have an incurable disease and you cannot do shit about it until you find the right person that maybe could be a mad scientist. Dr. Vegapunk. So can't wait to see how the next week episode tackles that. Have not read the manga during this arc, so I'm really going blind. It's a lot of fun. Go watch One Piece. It's the agenda. It's a Bible. Have fun. Anybody has thoughts for any other type of shonen series that they want to talk about?
Fire Force. All I'm gonna say is Iris is such a savage, and I'm not gonna because I love her too. I'm not gonna say too much about because Vash has not watched it, but that whole scene with Iris, with Shinra, with Tamaki, and with
talk about the pairings.
Bro, I was crying. I was like, yes, I've been waiting for this moment for fucking ever, bro. On God, you don't understand. 3 seasons, and we finally get to the point. So who should be going out with who? And Iris I think should be going out with the older man. Hanabi, and he's like, no, I want Shira. Shira's like, hey, I'm a fuckboy. I get all of the girls. It was priceless, son. But yeah, by the way, I think the Great Catalyst was starting some shit, and think we're going to war next episode. I don't know, but yeah,
I like in that scene how that Shinra and Iris were just pretty straight up. I feel like everyone was straight up in that scene, but
they were no filter.
Yeah, Shinra was like, Iris is the kind of girl that I would be into or like.
Yes,
and then Iris said the same thing. She's like, I like you a lot too, Shinra. Whatever. I was like, okay.
So that means we're gonna ship them by the end of the season. It was Iris and Shinra for sure. Then
I've been a day one shipper of these two.
Also,
ship them so hard.
The shit with the mole had me dying, bro, because they were he was being so specific because they were asking
story.
Yeah, they were asking him why or how did you get here, and he goes through the whole explanation of how he got here. He's like, well, this thing that I fought, he's like, yeah, he took me all the way here. He took me all the way to the port, blah blah blah, and Shinra was just standing there bro, you did not know what I meant at all, but it's like a mole. It's a mole,
bro. He ate all those potatoes. He looked at something and was like, oh yeah,
he's like, maybe I am a rat. Yeah,
I am a chonkus.
Nah, that shit actually had me dying. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that's why I was gonna I liked it.
Because he would explain himself, and then they're like, okay, now actually explain to us how or why you got here. And then he was going on with his story. He never actually explained or gave them what they wanted. It was funny.
But my question is, Gremlin, you said My Hero Vigilantes is your #1 episode of the week.
No, it was Nate's.
I think it was Gremlin's too.
Oh, I think it's Gremlin's. Yeah. I seen it's top 1.
Yeah, it was a good episode. What can I say?
It was a good episode.
Want to talk about it?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a backstory from our boyo. We got mom coming in, beating the shit out of him with her fly sword power.
Water quirk
Yo,
is so hilarious, bro. Like,
her quirk just slaps. It just goes, bro. That would piss me off.
Chancla.
Yes.
She's got a portable chancla.
Bro,
Yo, that's a perfect Spanish mom right there.
Flashbacks from my mom beating my ass with the trunk.
That's what I'm saying. I understood his pain. And bro, when he was shopping with her, he's like, just be calm and everything. The storm will go. I'm like, yes, bro, you understand.
Oh yeah,
You understand.
Spanish mother, and we're not speaking about this, bro.
Like I am the Buddha. I have reached enlightenment.
Yes, like just stay calm and it will go away.
I stuff behind her back. Buy the secret. Make sure your mom doesn't find out. Like the turns away. Run with that. Here's the cash.
100%.
Say that.
Yo, and I love how the college girl and Pop was trying to pretend to be his girlfriend. They both tried, but they failed. But then by the end of the episode, we got the college girl saying like, "I don't mind giving him a chance. He looks cute. Maybe one day."
Well, after he saved your life, 100%.
Bro, mom is crazy. Mom's like, bro, the college girl ain't going out with you. Now the high school girl definitely likes you.
That's believable.
But the college girl is not going out with you. Bro,
the mom give no fucks.
Mom knows. Mom is like, alright, you're lying about both of them. You're lying about both of them, but that one is down bad.
Yeah.
Like, I see you. And then,
yo, how did you love Knuckle Duster? He was ready with the business card.
Bro,
he came professional. He came by like a Chad.
This is my job.
Man.
My job is cleaning up the neighborhood, which
What a man.
he's just telling the truth. He described vigilantism
He's a
as
truthful
community
man.
service.
He's not
out there.
wrong.
Our boy thought he was so cooked too, and then he was like, "Wait, what the?"
Yeah, he's like, Rose, man, proper. He came respectful. He said, "Don't worry, I got this. I came prepared." He's like, "Bitch, how? This came unexpected to me."
He's like, call me senpai again. Call me senpai. Call me sensei.
Call me master. He wants to be called master, but he's
well,
like,
that's why he's sensei, master.
Yeah,
Get me
that's right.
master. So, but no, I love the mom too. When like he showed up and her and Makoto, Makoto was like, "Ooh," and the mom's like, "No, give us someone your own age. Stop, no." And I was like, "Oh, I'm getting called out, mom. No." But no,
mom's like, honestly, me and his dad ain't doing it anymore.
No, for real.
Maybe I should.
Yo, she was giving herself out there.
Dust my knuckle? No.
I want to attack you guys for slandering last episode. That episode was goated. The what? And then I don't know. I love that hero. What were y'all trashing on that episode? Yeah.
Oh.
Nah, he was great. Y'all were trashing it.
What you mean great? What's great about him, Knuckle? Please explain to me. What great about him? When he's a womanizer and he's a horrible hero. Our Knuckle Duster literally don't like him because this man causes more problems.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that was good that they clocked him, but y'all not saying that's not peak that he got what he deserved at the end of the episode. Like, look at him. He's like, oh,
bro, the baby anime trope. We haven't seen that shit before.
Fuck. And then him getting caught by Makoto on the phone with his wife, like, oh yeah, I'm with your wife.
Yeah, goes ready, prepared. She said, "I'm not here for the bullshit." She said herself, "I'm not here."
That's what I'm saying. It's a golden episode. He got.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. I know you're a little whore. Don't worry, I got you.
Literally.
But here, get him the Vigilantes, guys. Yep.
One shot over there, all right.
Bro, that was funny to me. That he got caught and he's like, "What? Oh no! Wait, wifey, wait!"
And that's why he did a switch of 180. He saw the boy here there in the state. He's like, "Yo, boy, you come with me. You're gonna be my prize. You're gonna be my witness."
He's like, "Yeah, we out here."
Bro,
I'm into men now.
Bro, that episode was funny. And then this episode, again, we see our boy Ida's brother. I was like, "Let's go! We see you."
Yo, I love him. I love when he goes on the bus. He lock eyes with the caller. He's like,
"Oh."
Why are you here?
Like, hey, citizens, and random people here in the back that look like somebody I know. Let's just all gather together. I just want to give a big shout out to my boy Crawler. Can you please learn your powers? Can you learn your powers a bit more? Because your mom kept saying, yeah, he used to fly in the house, but then you can't fly. But you can't fly no more.
Trauma, bro. He got fly spotted, bro. The chancla fucking.
You know how strong
memories, bro.
You know
The chancla up, bro. This is the type of shit like that. How I know every
Also,
Mexican friend I have.
sir, it's not even his fault. It's both fault. It's the trauma, but also the mother that keeps saying, "Oh, he's been flying."
100%.
She doesn't give the full information to say, "Oh, why are you still crawling on the floor when you could just fly? Why can't you just tell your own son, like, hey, son, you used to fly before." Before I used to smack you and treat you like a bitch.
Why you fucking crawling? Why the fuck you crawling?
It's because of my fault.
She didn't want him to fly anyway, so the crawling is even better for her. She's like, oh yeah, go crawl, my son, you fucking bum ass. Even though she created the bum ass, he could have been cooler than what he is.
Showed to be a great hero. Just
Literally.
doing his, that's crazy.
Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
her mom,
but-
the mom
hey,
said,
hey.
"Yo, you stay here." I love how he confronted her like, "Nah, they need me. That's my place over there, mom."
He needed that.
Captain Cumshot.
He needed that, and I was so proud of him. I was like, sometimes
Me
you gotta
too.
put your moms in place. Like,
Yeah,
this is my
it's-
mom. I
you
gotta
gotta
do
speak
something.
your
What are you
chest.
stopping me for?
You gotta tell your mom what to do. Tell them in your chest. Instead of
Well,
fuck
you
them
know,
kids, it's fuck them parents.
Oh my god! Oh.
That's crazy word.
Well, anyway,
You know what?
yeah,
Maybe
this is
someone's
good.
got to get the chancla to show it to you, bro. Maybe you need to get put it in your place.
No, I'm good. I got that.
This episode was fire, bro. This from beginning to
Yeah,
end.
that was good.
100%.
Apothecary though, I mean, it was great, but better than
I
Apothecary.
thought so, man. I mean,
I thought so.
I wouldn't care putting one over the other. Honestly.
Yeah, if I was like,
both are
this is
great.
still like my top
But
5.
dude,
I
like
believe.
the chase scene,
Yeah, the
Ida's
chase
brother,
was-
like
We didn't even talk
You know
about
what it is?
Bro, the cat.
If we
got
just saw
fucking
Mau
hurt.
Mau-
That was crazy to me.
Yeah, the cat, poor cat.
If we just saw Mau Mau killing the snakes, maybe it was higher for Mau Mau. Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mau Mau killing the snakes.
I got a
in
question
combination
actually
with
for
the
y'all
kids are
that
good.
it would
What's
be
up,
a
what's
little
up?
interesting to see how we don't have to go too deep into it because I know we're
Right.
probably pressed for time. But like at this point, would you prefer Koichi or Deku with 10 episodes into season 1 of My Hero?
Fuck.
I prefer Koichi. I prefer
Yeah.
Koichi.
I do too. I
Koichi
think I
for
do
sure.
too.
Like, he's so
Hear me
lovable.
out.
But thing is
Hear
that-
me out.
I'm the type of like me as a viewer. If I was in high school, I wouldn't mind Deku, but as a 29-year-old, I prefer
Yeah,
Koichi
yeah.
as a college
100%.
student, as a main character,
Yeah.
over me back being in high school when I saw My Hero
100%.
when Deku was still a crybaby, because that's what people used to call him back in the day in the
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah.
You know, with
Crybaby
Deku
Deku.
Crybaby. My brother knows him as Deku Crybaby because he didn't watch the show, because his literally complaint, my brother, was that he cries too much in the first season and he didn't choose to watch the show. Where not say My Hero's a 10 out of 10 show throughout the whole series, no. But people could have watched something greater for season 2, overhaul the pain arc and other things going on. But season 1 was tough to go through
Pain
because
arc.
we have a little bitch complaining just because he's a little bitch.
The
No
pain arc
offense.
is Naruto. Anyway, I got a better question for you. Let's talk about actual goats, all right? Not this Deku shit. Deku's great and all, but Koichi
Yes.
or Lemillion?
Lemillion.
Of course.
I don't. Who was that?
Muriel, what do you
Muriel,
mean?
Lemillion.
I did not know that
The
was
point
it.
was to compare the MCs, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what.
No, Lemillion is the main character.
No, he's not.
Well,
Bro.
Just
No,
because he's
he's
ranked
not.
number 1 in the
Bro,
future
His
don't mean
character went
anything.
down the drain, bro. That guy had his cheeks out, bro. Like, get
Damn! Stop!
What's
Stop!
wrong with being a little zesty, my boy?
Bro,
Come
go
on,
ahead,
man.
go
I
ahead.
want naked Muriel over clothed Deku any
Go ahead,
day.
his dude has bunda out, man.
He only had one
That
arc.
was
I don't. Did he
wild.
have more arcs after the initial one? I feel like he didn't even show up.
Nah,
that day.
we still in season 7. He's kicking ass right now. With
Well, the problem is that he lost his quirk off rip.
Well,
They had to
maybe he
nerf
gotta
him.
go.
only getting it back.
Bro, they had to pull a One Piece where Zoro gets hurt in the first arc. That way he can't fight for the entire pre-time skip.
Well, damn. Well, see,
Well,
that seems
damn.
that he fell off.
That's crazy.
Well, you know what didn't fall off?
It's To Be Hero X, episode
No,
10.
To Be Hero.
The ending of the
Talking about that
Saiyan
shit was
arc.
menace.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
Kaneki
What are you talking
Pin?
about?
Yo,
Ken
Kaneki! Ken Kaneki came out of
Kaneki.
nowhere, bro!
Oh my god! Oh,
She ain't there. Oh no!
No, no.
I just want to see. Look. What Crash is saying is some wild take. This episode being whack, no. This arc being whack, no. He is whack with his taste because this episode itself was amazing. This episode was solid. You know why? Because it gives us the concept of the fear. Why are people searching it? Why are these guys that are supposedly that care about the plane crash, they care about Cyan being the survival? We learned that everyone gave her good luck fortune within the plane crash, but we still don't know the cause of the plane crash. We know a left wing got turmoil, but we don't know who caused it. Was it on purpose? And why are people trying to find this fear concept? Because this fear concept looks like the Last of Us type of fucking disease, because it turns people to fucking zombies. And it's like, what the fuck? Why do people turn zombies? But the Cyan could hit with them with an arrow and revert them back into regular humans. From my conception, if anybody wants to correct me, go ahead. But this episode was a lot of type of lore of what seems like is happening before our boy
Iso, Ling.
yeah, Iso and the main guy that happened in the first episode. Sorry, it's just Ling, thank you. So it looks like this is happening of a lot of explanation. So I'm curious to see how this connects to the next arc, which is Queen, because we also saw in this episode that Queen lost to a random person, aka X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Neko, it's still like
no.
it's still like they don't got nothing to say because he's trying to find shit.
Yeah, there was well, that song on the plane was pretty bad. I ain't gonna care.
No, stop.
But,
You're done.
Damn,
I think I said while we were watching, I was like, man, if I heard that song before the plane crash, I'm offing myself. From the plane,
Bro, it was a little boy. It was a little boy that was making the song. He was just trying to be a hopeful. Yo, so you've never made a song and like just wanna cry as a kid with your parents and family? There's never a song that you feel attached to?
Bro, if I'm hearing kids, cry, scream, sing, I don't care, on a plane, I'm getting tilted, bro. I'm tilted.
Damn, Tilted Towers? Just jump into Tilted Towers and fuck this?
Oh my god.
No, I feel like the end portion of the episode I liked a lot. Right, like for what Vash mentioned, obviously we learned like where a lot of that came for Lucky San with like the hopes and like everybody on that plane, where the power came from and all that. I did like that bit a lot, honestly. I did feel like though, like although it was animated really well and all that, like I feel like the action parts in the middle kind of dragged on a little bit for me when she was like fighting the people from like the orphanage, like the zombie type shit or whatever that was. Like that, I feel like that kind of dragged a little bit for me, but the end of the episode,
I felt it was their way to kind of show her action style for comeback, since we haven't seen it, since we only been seeing her as a kid and then seeing her music. We haven't seen what would her comeback look like, so I think that's why they kind of show her to like explain the lore of how her comeback would be once we see her as the top ranking hero. So I think that's why they showed to us a bit to kind of give us a glimpse.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like my favorite, like I thought the bow, like how she was using it as like a bow and arrow, like that was actually pretty cool.
I was wondering where she was getting the arrows, like throughout the whole time she kept shooting. I'm like, where's the arrows popping from? Like it kind of looks like it looks like she was getting it from somewhere, but it just kept popping out. I'm like, I'm not questioning it. Fuck it. I'm not gonna question it. It's just
the music notes.
Yeah, could be.
But
Neko,
it was a solid episode.
Talk to me.
Yeah. No, you can finish.
No, I was just gonna say, like, this arc, I feel like I'm not as big on as the.
That's fair.
As the other ones, like the first arc, probably by far is my favorite so far, and like this one about, I don't know, about the same level as the ESO one, maybe a little bit below the ESO one. I don't know.
I can't wait for us to review the arcs, because by the time we're done with by the spring season, we're starting Lolly arc. So we're gonna be
Lolly.
Lowly arc. So by the end of this
Crazy, my boy.
spring season, we could compare Nice, Iso, Lucky, and Queen arc. Since it's 4 people, we can at least compare because Lowly is only gonna be one episode. I mean, one episode that we see by then. So it's gonna be a bit hard.
And God, you want to say something before I go?
I really
Stop
like
bringing
Lucky. Oh god, shut up. I really like Lucky, bro. She great, bro. She's so good, bro. My dumbass, hear me out. Like
Okay,
I'm gonna be real with you. I
You are
say her
dumbass.
name. What's her name? Her name is Lucky
Cyan.
Cyan, right?
Yeah,
Cyan.
Lucky
My
Cyan.
ass is thinking about Tekken right now, and I'm like, Lucky Chloe. I'm like, that's not right. That's not her
crazy.
name. I'm like, it's
That's a different
that's why I
spelling.
said Lucky. I
That's fair.
was like, it's
That's
Lucky something.
That's crazy.
I'm like, bro, nah, Lucky
Her
Cyan
hair,
is
bro.
so good though. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Why don't they call her Lucky Teal then? Lucky Teal. Anyway,
Oh my god. Nah, but yeah, I personally, she was
Gosh,
one of
she's
the
great.
top ones I was looking forward to meet. So I already knew her story was going to be more happier. That's why I wasn't really surprised with this. So, but I did wish we got like maybe an extra episode just to see her combat a bit more and not like all in just one episode. But I mean, it still was great. I did like Vash was talking about, like just seeing the origins of so many things, like the fear and just seeing her origins. That made me tear up. I that's all I expected from her arc, is to make me cry, and I did.
Oh,
That just seeing the people wishes and hope going into her, and you know, which it makes sense. She's the only baby on the plane, so they're all, you know, they're like, please, you know, just live, baby girl. You haven't seen the world like we all have, and that made me tear up. Just the scene too was just beautifully animated and just done, directed, and it was great.
I just love how everyone was being positive. Like, yeah, you know, live for us. Tell my kids. Tell me this. Like, she's a baby. How's she gonna remember all y'all wishes? Like, yeah, asking too much for this little child. Like, she ain't gonna be doing all this. Like, yeah, this ain't gonna be happening.
It was cute, and I honestly, I thought our boy or her friend Lo was gonna die, because in her character
Oh,
PV
yeah.
they say he's dead, but it makes sense. Like, I think by last episode I was like, I don't think he's gonna die, because in the character PV he seems like his younger self, not like the grown up version. So
Yeah.
it made sense. So people were thinking he would turn into a villain, which I didn't still believe, because I was like, no, that's his friend. Why would he turn into a villain? Which he kind of did, but he didn't fully.
But
So
then
I was
I'm
like,
confused.
That's good. That's good.
Because is the fear factor that turned into him, was it the cause of his bad luck, or was it the cause from the dean, or was the fear factor a concept that control his bad luck and mutated his power from bad luck into the zombies? Because the fear concept was pretty interesting. I don't know how the rest of you guys feel, but the fear concept is very interesting, because we see the guy from the previous arc, the ESO guy that was helping him train him. He's also trying to find the fear, because he went inside the old warehouse, and it just makes it to like, why are they trying to find it? Like, are they trying to control fear, or are they aware of it and they're trying to make the heroes prepare to fight the fear? It's very interesting. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm intrigued from the concept, because it reminds me of, if anybody knows about the Green Lanterns, like, kind of reminds me of kind of like the yellow color, like the fear concept. Kind of reminds me of that. Like, you have to have a strong will as a hero and your trust value, but the fear is still, no matter there behind you, no matter what. So I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, because you know that was Shang's dad at the end, so he's going into that storage room where he died. So I'm thinking he's probably gonna get revenge on something, right? He's broken right now with his son dead. I don't know. Maybe he's looking into fear to maybe use it against somebody. I don't know. I don't fully know that, but he's definitely probably gonna use it for revenge, because I don't know. He's probably hurt right now. But also, for me, it was so funny seeing X this episode with the loss, with him winning against Queen, which was hilarious, because I did kind of knew that she did lose to him, and that's why she has such a drive to become X since even years ago. So even now that she lost to him, she still has that drive. But it was just funny. Like, people are like, oh, he's a nobody. Who is this guy? So he just comes out of nowhere and beats her ass and gets like ranked up. Like, slowly but surely, because he's still not X at this point, right? There's someone else that is still X. He probably becomes X at like maybe a year later, maybe after he fights her or something, or maybe he is X at this point. I don't think so though.
Yeah,
But,
it doesn't been established.
Yeah, so that hasn't been too established, but he did beat her ass. But I did also like, I was kind of like thinking about this before, and I think people are talking about this too, that the reason the animation isn't changing is because he is an X at this point. So like that's why from here on we're gonna get like the 2D, which I mean that would be really funny if that was the whole point, since he is an X, so he doesn't change the animation now until later on when we get to certain characters where it kind of does go in the timeline where he is X already. So that was really funny too, because I was thinking about that the last few episodes. I'm like, maybe that's why the animation's like this, because he's not X still. And as we saw like last episode where he gave her the coin, which was really cool to see. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, because
So, yeah, I did like her.
we might not get to the animation because X is still the last episode, which will be September 14th. So we still have Ghostblade, the Johnnies. We still got Dragon Boy and the dog. So we still have a few people to look into.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess that's why everyone, like, especially with Queen's 2 episodes, since Queen was a bit in Xian's episode, I know Ghostblade will be in Loli's story a little bit and vice versa, and then the Johnnies will be in their story, so that's why the episodes get more shorter. So that's gonna be cool to see them interact and what's the connection with them all. So yeah, it's been, for me, I've just been loving the series and these little details. And it's been great. Lucky Xian's arc definitely is probably, you would say, the weakest, but it still was really fun for the lore, basically. Like, her character was awesome.
I prefer.
Yeah, for sure. But Wing is still my boy. I need him back, but he won't be back until next season.
I don't need the action here like these meatheads. I like my lore, so I'm good. I'm chilling.
That's fair. And I like her songs, bro. Her songs were cute, and she's cute. And bro, actually, isn't it funny that Lo and her have the most happy ending than the rest of them? Because our boy Isol and his girl died, and then Ling Ling and Moon, his girl died, and then she got her man.
Quick side comment: I cannot watch this show with Gremlin all the time because this man thinks that every time the arc is about to end, a character's about to get headshot because he literally said.
I thought the same thing too.
Bro said it in the end of the Isol arc, and then he said it in the end of this arc. He like, oh, bro's about to get shot. Oh, damn, he didn't get shot. I thought he would have got shot. Damn, he should have got shot. Fuck them kids. I'm like, god damn.
And then now what about this,
bro?
I mean, something bad has happened at the end of the arc 2 out of 3 times, so I mean...
Yeah, it's fair.
That's fair. Son of his queen. There may be happening that with that.
Yeah, Queen's gonna get so much
nothing bad to happen to Queen.
Well, Queen, nothing will happen.
Maybe Queen just gets fucking stepped on and like tossed aside like the loser she is when.
Whoa!
What did she do to us yet? We haven't even seen her.
X shows up.
What do you mean?
When X shows up, because we already know X fucking bitch slaps her, puts her in her place.
Damn, I'm actually excited for that fight to see his moves. Like, what does he do?
He's gonna pull out his dick and slap her in the
Anyway, anybody got more stuff for superhero?
AniMa, speak on this dog water of an anime.
Yeah, go ahead. Give your last thoughts.
Go ahead, Gooner.
Alright, I was sitting on this for a minute. Luck and Xian is a bootlegged Timo version of a shamrock shake from Mickey D's. She is a bootlegged version of a mini chocolate chip ice cream from Baskin-Robbins.
Are we hungry? Are we hungry?
This is somebody who's very selfish. This is somebody who does not give a fuck about anybody but herself. I want to see heroes.
Hold, guys.
See this little girl who just went through it and just found out a way to defend herself from literally all the shit that has gone through her life. That's literally, I didn't see no heroism by no means. She is a great singer. Her songs slap, but that is fucking it, bro. Next fucking shit, Queen, she better fucking slap. I better see some fucking dicks out for her, because if not, I'm gonna drop this shit on God, bro.
What?
Top 10, huh?
What?
Next anime.
Gosh, the top 10.
Hey, watch TV Hero.
W crash.
Great explanation of how you feel.
Lucky Xian is so cute. I love her music.
So anyway, moving on
No,
to
we're
the
not
top
watching the Disney
10.
Channel.
Better, bro.
I'm glad we turned the
Nah.
Disney Channel
Yo,
off. I'm glad we turned the Disney
Vash,
Channel off.
top 10. Speak to us, bro. What you
Vash,
got?
what is my top 10? Let's speak about third person. Who's this guy? Number 1, Apothecary Diaries, of course. 2, One Piece, Golda. Number 3, To Be a Hero, because it's a good episode. Number 4, To a Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiance, so to another kingdom. Number 5, My Hero Academia, top 5 number. That's episode 9 at 8.5 out of 10. Number 6, Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive? It cannot, because they're not even friends no more. They're about to do some kissing, making out session.
JK.
Or like Memory just said it for me. But hi, it's okay. I just blue balls you. You know what? Forget the kids. Right here. Right here. Look at this. Pew! Number 7, KOWLOON Generic Romance. Number 8, I'm an evil lord intergalactic empire. Number 9, I left my A-rank party. And number 10, the unaware, I like the Meister because you're a pedophile. Next, Crash.
All right. Number 1, The Apothecary Diaries. Number 2, Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive? No, it can't. Number 3, Our Last Crusader: Rise of a New World, Season 2. Number 4, Fire Force. Number 5, A Ninja and the Assassin Under One Roof. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember too much about it, but I remember it made me laugh my ass off a lot. I know they got really closer together, the Ninja and the Assassin, so that's cool. I think her house got broken. I don't remember. Number 6, Mobusu Gundam. Number 7, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I want to put Vigilantes higher, but honestly, everything else is a little more better, to be fair. Number 8, Take Me to the Ballpark. I've been having a fun time with it. I know none of my co-hosts would agree, but I've been enjoying a lot of it, so I'll put that up. Number 9, Mako-san's a Love Bot. Yes, we got to put my Gunner shit on there. Shout out to that, bro. Last episode was fucking fire. As you can see by my, the wallpaper there. We getting some peak catchiness, boys. And number 10, I never usually do this, but it's the first time ever. So you know what? Why not? I'm putting that YouTube video that I was talking about because it's technically an anime, technically. So, Otaka Chan, Rabbit Season. Give it a try. Watch it out. It's only a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Neko Chan, you next.
It's my turn. All right. Number 1, To Be Hero Next. Number 2, Apocalypse Hotel, which I'm kind of sad we didn't talk about. That funeral and wedding was so cute, and it made me cry. And we send off Granny. That was really adorable. And then our girl, she got a man.
Granny.
Which was cute. Yeah, that
RIP,
was a really
RIP.
good episode. Yeah, I loved it. Apocalypse Hotel has been great. 3 was Apothecary Diaries. I just goated. Last episode and this episode for me was great. 4 and Shirley. 5, Hero Vigilantes. 6 is shared with YAIBA and Shujin Mumu. Shujin Mumu's been killing it. We got to meet the other cat, which I thought was a girl, but no, it's just a guy. Well, it's just a guy. Yeah, it's a guy. And his partner is really cool. It's an FBI agent, which is awesome. Yeah, it's great. I just love the show. It's been great. So adorable. And we 7 with 2 Perfect Saint and sharing it with Gundam G-Quacks. I'm cheating. Yes, I am. 8, Witch Watch. 9, Dinner Table Detective. And 10, Your Forma. Go ahead, man. God.
Nice 12 ranking. That's a nice 12 ranking.
Thank you. I'm cheating.
All right, number 1, My Hero Macadamia Nuts, Vigilantes.
All right. Yeah.
Number 2,
He's trying to
Mau
see
Mau.
He's really,
come up with the
he's really trying to milk this. I'm like, hey, we would love to wrap in the next 8 minutes, but hey, go ahead, milk it.
Number 2, Mau Mau does drugs all day and eats
She eats.
steaks.
There you go. There you go.
Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah.
Number 3, the Disney Channel original To Be Hero X.
insane. I hate
Turn
y'all.
that-
Number 4, Don't Loot the Horse Girls, Uma Musume.
Oh, they are.
Here.
They are looting, bro. All I'm gonna say is I cannot wait
Huh?
till Oguri and Tamako Cross fight it out, bro, because it's coming and it's about to get crazy.
It's coming.
Speak on that.
Number 5. Why don't I rent out an entire theater to myself to watch porn? I mean, KOWLOON, generic romance. Number 6.
Oh shit.
What would happen if this is a post-apocalyptic world and we have a hotel to run with only AI? Apocalypse Hotel.
Am I watching a
Number 7.
VHS commercial right now?
Number 7. What happens if
He's really milking this up.
what happens if my father figure dies and I was about to go to college? Guess I gotta not go to college now.
She has to mourn. Shut the fuck up.
Number
I
8.
thought he was gonna say something else for Aunt Shirley. But
Same.
Oh my God.
I thought finger lick. I don't even know.
yeah.
You're looking good.
Yeah.
Number 8. I want to purr on your lap all night long.
Honestly,
Yes.
I don't.
Number 9. It's my goal in life to get women this wet.
Oh.
Rock is a lady's modesty.
Wow, that's a true feeling right there.
Number 10.
I love robots.
Number 10. All I want to do is fuck my cyborg waifu.
Yeah. All right.
I'm the evil lord of the intergalactic empire.
Go on, Nate.
Okay.
Memory.
How do I follow
So
that?
fucking Vash in the background. He's like,
How do I follow this shit up?
Oh my god.
And that's what just
number
pointing up there,
one-
like this is my facial expression. Like, yo, that's it. Go ahead.
Number 1, My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
fucking wild, my boy.
Number 2, Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Number 3, Apocalypse Hotel. Like Neko said, it's a shame we didn't talk about it, but that shit had me in my feels. It was also kind of funny though because they had a funeral and a wedding at the same time.
Oh
It
man.
was crazy work.
Grandma stand right between them and say,
Yeah, I mean they were
Wait, hold on. They had a funeral and a wedding at the same time?
Yes.
Yes.
And they were
They did.
dancing. They were
Wild
literally
world.
dancing,
They were
and having the
dancing.
time of their lives just around her casket.
Around her dead body.
Yep. She was. Oh, they even did a magic trick on her casket, bro. They
Yeah.
cut her up.
Yeah, they
cut
did a
her
magic
shit in
trick.
half, bro.
They did a magic
Yeah.
trick. They did a magic trick with her in the casket.
Yeah. You know the casket trick where you like cut it in half? They cut the dead lady in half.
They did.
Yeah,
Called it a magic trick.
Bro, that's why I had to
No,
put it
that's
on
what
top
she would have
above
wanted.
Apothecary.
That's what.
100%.
Yeah, that's what she would have wanted. So it makes
I
sense, but it was
cried.
still it was funny. But that also got you in your feels towards the end, especially
100%.
seeing like the past stuff where they were like
The
singing the
songs.
songs together and
Yeah.
like that shit hit me. Really good freaking episode. So
Probably
that was my number
laughing.
3. Number 4, Anne Shirley. Number 5, Evil Lord. I'm surprised I actually had that so high up, but I'm just a sucker for big, space battles.
I'm about to say,
So,
you
yeah.
was in the mind for crazy chicks? It's totally understandable to say that, crazy chicks. Yeah, Christina is
Number
something.
6.
6 to be
Number
hero. Your
6 to
favorite
be
Disney
hero.
channel.
Number 6, Disney
Number
Channel
7, Two
original.
Perfect Saint. Number 8, Rock is a Lady's Modesty. Number 9, Mono.
Mono.
Why did I put episode twice? I don't know. Episode 9 of Mono. There was another reference to Yuru Camp in this episode, so that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Of course there
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, we saw it was very brief, but we saw Rin's
Fucking
grandfather.
man.
We saw
Yes.
Rin's grandfather help our girl with her bike. That was awesome. She was like, "Oh, I wish I could be as cool as you someday." That was like a cool biker. That was awesome. But also, the episode was really nice too.
The crying.
And then
We caught up. We caught
yeah,
up.
there was a lot of crying. There was a lot of crying for sure. That shit had me dying though with the dam, like how they were getting all,
Yes.
like and then they had like they compared it to like the food. Like I can't even get my spoon into this food because it's like the dam or whatever. I was like, yeah, that shit had me dying.
So good.
And then number 10 was Gundam GQuuuuuX.
Yes,
So yeah,
sir.
that's my list.
All right. Well, that's a conclusion to Off
All
the
right.
Bench.
In
Damn.
conclusion,
Yes, man.
guys,
Oh my god, we went
I want
Texas?
y'all to read some light novels, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. My goal in life is genuinely to make people as wet as they get and rock as a lady's modesty. Let's think about that.
Well,
I
chat,
think
look,
my
look,
goal in
my-
life is to-
My end of this episode, chat. Look, if you honestly sat here for 3 hours of our episode, we appreciate you, every single
Thank
person
you.
that listened.
Fucking
If you
do.
did listen, if you're
God.
here listening to our outro, please write a comment. Tell us what you thought of the episode. Tell
Yeah.
us a
Drippy
comment.
ladies.
Tell us a comment.
Drippy ladies.
Tell us a comment. You know what? Comment, drippy ladies. You know what? Comment, drippy ladies. If you
How you feel about this pod, guys? Let us
tell us, let us know if you watch this full 3 hours. If you watch this full
Let us
3
know.
hours.
If you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're a child, whatever, tell
Wait,
me,
what?
have you ever seen a
Wait,
woman
all
get
right.
that drippy?
No.
Anyway,
Anyways, we're
Crash, what else? Any last thoughts you want to say?
Thank you guys for watching this episode of Off the Binge. Stay tuned for next week's episode. We're gonna have some more crazy takes, more etchiness,
Yes.
and some crazy hot fire coming out.
Week
You know,
11. A few episodes will be ending early.
For every comment that says "drippy ladies," that I find, I'm gonna give everybody on the pod $10.
Oh my god!
Hey,
Every one of my co-hosts, I'm gonna give them $10 for
Alright, we're
every
gonna be rich.
single drippy
Damn.
lady.
well,
Done.
you
Oh,
still gotta give me
I-
$5, buddy.
I have 5 YouTube channels. I have 5 YouTube comments.
You
Thank
give
you
it
for
out
watching the
anyway.
podcast. We'll see you in the next one. Breathe some fucking red to go.
Comment drippy ladies.
Done.
Episode 34.
Did not cook, bro.
Watch everything.
Family is not fucking incest.
Yes, it
Alright,
is.
yeah.
Comment drippy ladies.
Alright, see ya. Alright, see ya.
Magic Melody, DM me, bro. We can
Also, don't be a pedophile.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, yeah. Keep watching everything and
What you
watch romance.
Keep watching drippy ladies.
Inject
brother,
romance.
bro. I got you. I see you. I see
Join the
you. I respect
brotherhood
that.
of drippy
Join the
ladies.
brotherhood.
I will
You
believe,
can
I will
crew, mommy.
believe, I will
respect that.
believe.
Gucci.
How soppy do these
I
ladies
will
gotta be?
believe, I
Like,
will
goddamn,
believe,
they're
I
so
will
drippy.
Bro, sloppy toppy is crazy. Let me just say real quick.
No,
I just want to
bro,
be
you
a
do
hero.
not know how wet these girls
I
are.
just want to be a
Crazy.
hero.
Bro, you gotta watch, dude. You gotta watch Rock His Ladies Modesty just so